Week 16, NFHell, and we are back. I'm your host, Midwest Jet, where we sit and talk about how our four collective teams are in NFHell, starting with, the Midwest Jets. We got Dames Marvs and his Seahawks. We got Gobo and his Pack. And we have G-Men Jass and his G-Men.
Season over, guys.
There you have it. First thing we want to make sure you stick around. Ricky's picks at the end. We're going to tell some truth. We're going to talk about a little bit of news to get started. First, we're talking college football, and we can, I feel like we can bring up Dion a little. You remember, like a couple weeks ago, we talked about how he was losing all these. Okay, that's all bullshit, guys. Now he has the number one portal transfer class coming in, number one, and they're like 5 or 6 of them are O linemen.
I was going to say,
Shedeur will be looking over 5 6'10", 400-pound gentleman next year, and no one's going to touch him. Ridiculous.
Talking about Shedeur.
Yeah.
Shedeur.
Yeah,
what are they saying in Colorado? Are they all pumped again, or are they still saying?
Most Colorado sports fans, and I fold myself into this because I'm a huge fan of all Colorado sports except the Broncos. We are, very unreasonably optimistic. So, we beat TCU, and like everybody was like, "We're going to the playoff," and then we proceeded to lose like 8 games in a row. I think it's great. I think it's kind of like you guys talked about at the beginning of the season, is that it's an improvement for the program. I think there's reasons to be excited, but it's going to take time. Like, programs take time to develop. This transfer portal, it makes college football kind of weird because it's like there's all these like super talented players, but they have like really limited like game experience together, and that plays a factor. Like, it's team dynamic, it's a team sport. So if it was high school, I wouldn't worry about it, but in college, there are some really good coaches that can kind of coach around that, so we'll see.
And it's like,
it couldn't be worse than they were this year.
Right. So it's kind of like this whole portal thing we're going to also touch on, is like all of these players moving around, commits saying they're going somewhere. Bam. Nebraska just got some kid from Georgia we've been hearing all about since we live, in the area. Dames Mars, you got any UW news or anything like that?
Yeah, got a quarterback commit. Don't really know much about him yet, but
Jails, I think you meant to say they got the number one quarterback recruit in the entire nation, not just some quarterback from Georgia.
Yeah. Numero uno. But Nebraska.
Doesn't matter.
They'll blow it.
Nebraska will find a way to ruin it.
Yeah, they will. This guy's going to come here and go, "Oh my God, never mind. Now I'm going to transfer back out." Speaking of that, a lot of people are sitting out for these games. Do you blame them? They're getting their. I part of me is like, how does the nil work though? Can they opt out of these games? Like, could they just say, "I'm just going to collect for the regular season," and then why? I'm not going to risk it. Get injured? Do they have to give? I guess I don't know how those logistics work.
Are they sitting out because they're entering the draft, or
that's typically why.
Like that I
business decision.
Potentially like risking your body for a team that doesn't pay you so they can make a bunch of money. Like, I totally understand that.
Right. And I think most people are never gonna say anything bad about the players for saying, I don't want to play because I'm going to be a top 10 pick. I don't want to blow out my knee in some meaningless game that I don't have to play in. So,
but it sucked to be their teammate that you battled all along. Like, okay, we made a bowl game, blah, 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 and now our best player is like, see you guys later. It'd burn a little, but you have to understand it.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the NFL.
Whatever bowl game Florida State ends up with, they should be like, none of us are playing. Fuck you.
I think they're playing Georgia though, right? It's Georgia, Florida State bowl game.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, that could just be the national championship.
So they just played that, and then what if Florida State wins that game though?
Oh my God.
Then, oh my
Riot.
God, shit is gonna hit. Oh my God.
Riot.
That's a big old asterisk on that crystal football then.
Yeah.
So I remembered since you asked, Will Rogers from Mississippi State is the quarterback that's now going to be at Washington.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Boer.
Cool. All right. Well, let's move on to the NFL. We got a suspension to start off with. Player from the Colts. What's his name again, guys?
Ozzy.
Steelers.
He plays for the Steelers, yeah.
Oh yeah, we were talking about DeForest Buckner. Sorry, I got distracted.
Well, I always talk about DeForest Buckner.
You're on NFL.
What about him?
He hurt
Get him on the show. Come on, DeForest. I know you're watching.
Casey?
Yeah, how long is he suspended for?
The rest of the year, dude.
Season, yeah.
They're not going to the playoffs, so it's...
Dude, who cares?
They have a chance.
They're not eliminated.
Right. I mean, okay, so my question is,
86.
remember when Vontae Burfict was like literally murdering someone every week and he never got suspended? I feel like now that all of a sudden there's like, oh, now this guy's suspended for the rest of the season.
I feel like Vontaze Burfict, like they should just like put clips of that and send that to like every coach like coaching football and be like, teach your players to do the exact opposite of what this fucking guy does. He was like Vontaze Burfict should have been a pro wrestler, man. Like he was.
But they need another league for people to play like that, like a MMA football league where
football league, yeah,
just vicious.
Just like 6 players a year get killed.
It's like 7-on-7 or something, and a little more
Imagine
collisions.
Sauce Gardner hits a guy on a bang bang play that Gardner Minshew, or was Zach Wilson in this case, just flung up and hung his receiver out to dry. This guy hits him, not really probably intentionally, but just the wrong way. And now he's gone for the rest of the year. How mad would you? I would be mad. It's not, I don't think it's good. Look, killing people.
Was it one hit only? There's not like a combination of anything on this. It's just literally just one hit. He's out for the year.
I was gonna say, was Casey a repeat offender? I don't really know anything about this.
I was like, if he's not, that's complete bullshit. But I feel like he has to have done
3 strikes.
Like he's gotten a bunch of flags for bad hits, and this is like, you know what, bro, this is it. This is the last one. You're done.
What do you guys know? Because we don't know. We're dumb.
NFHell, we're burning.
I was gonna say,
history, let us know.
Was he catching eyes with the ref's wife over there in the stands? You know, was there something bigger going on? Did he eat Roger Goodell's special dietary lunch?
We'll reach out to our Pittsburgh area watchers. Give us the scoop.
Actually, I have somebody I can reach out to. Do you think the refs' wives come and watch them perform at the game?
Yeah,
they get free tickets, bro. Hell yeah,
I do. Yeah, you're like, hey, hon, I got a game tonight. Why? It's in the NFL too. It's not like you're just going to some.
Unless you're Ed Hochuley's wife.
He's like, come watch me flex.
Yeah, he's like,
speaking of flexing, Aaron Rodgers not really going to be able to flex on science this year, or whatever he was trying to prove. Blah blah blah. The Christmas miracle.
No discount double checks.
No discount double check. He came out and said that he's not playing this season. I feel like the Jets might put him on the active roster, but that would be, to me, there's always next year, Aaron.
But why? Yeah.
Always next year.
I mean, this is the appropriate time to talk about this. Do you avoid drafting a quarterback because you have Aaron Rodgers?
No, hell no. No, he knows already. He just said today he's playing for the Jets at least 2 more seasons.
Second question.
He's not injured.
Second question. You're not drafting a quarterback in the first round, then?
No, dude, we need O-line, man.
If you're drafting a quarterback in the first round, you ain't putting him out year 3. Green Bay learned that mistake already. I was
going to say, you might as well. Yeah, you got to be drafting weapons and help for Rodgers. That's all you should be drafting.
Trade for Devontae Adams in the offseason, and we're going to upgrade at the O-line, and that's literally all we need.
Yeah, I mean,
I've heard big time rumors that's what's going to happen because we have Garrett over here, Devontae over here.
I know Devontae hates it in Vegas. I don't think it's completely impossible. I just don't see Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he's gonna suit up for the Jets and get hurt in week 1 again.
Good God, Gobo! You said this last time and it happened. Son of
he's gonna fall and impale his leg on the American flag as he's running on the field.
If that happens this time, we're good.
He certainly isn't tripping over his own dick.
Yeah.
We'd have to go to Jacksonville for that.
Down, yeah.
Yeah, we have to go to Jacksonville for that. All right, let's move on from the non-Christmas miracle. Sorry, all you believers out there. Also, halfway through or 3/4 of the way through the season, your team's 9-3, 10-3, whatever the fuck the Eagles are. Let's get a new D coordinator.
3 they were.
9-3?
10-3.
10-3, yeah.
10-3, yeah. 10-3. I feel like, I feel that's a back slap to the real D coordinator then. Because what the fuck? We're 10-3, bro. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, they had just given up
4 actually.
They had just given up 150 points in 3 games or some shit. I mean, not quite that bad, but it was brutal.
Who's the dude that's replacing Slay right now? Because
are you talking about the D-back?
Yeah, Darius Slay.
Because whoever that dude is has been torched in 3 straight games, and no defensive coordinator can fix that. I mean, just look what
put an extra over there. I don't know.
Did to him.
I mean, the fact of the matter is that Philly's banged up in the secondary, and that front 4 can only do so much. I mean, you're not going to pressure the quarterback every single time, and if these guys are just consistently open, they're going to find the end zone. These are pro teams.
Yeah, because
even Drew Lock.
Yeah, I mean, we watched last night. Yeah, I mean, they're probably going to be scratching their head well, maybe it's not the D coordinator, it's the players. It's the players. We don't have them.
I mean, the coordinator's not the worst idea. I mean, it's if they can't figure out proper bracket coverage and hit the zones where the 4-man rush is not making a difference, I feel like there's probably something to that. So I mean, I'm not an expert, but I feel like a good coach.
The head coach always has to make a statement at some point.
And
the coordinator's usually the guy that gets the chop.
I know, but I usually feel like they do that not when they're 10-3 and basically could be the number 1 seed in the NFC. I feel like I've never heard of a team being the 1 or 2 seed this late in the season we need a new coordinator. I mean,
I don't hate it. I honestly think that they're in kind of a skid right now. They've taken a couple of bad losses. In Philly, it's not like our teams. It's they're Super Bowl or bust. If they go to the NFC Championship and lose, that's a bad season for them.
But who are the 2 teams? The 49ers and the Cowboys, right?
Dallas. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
2 of the better.
Maybe Miami in there too. There might have been Miami. There might be just 3 games. That shitty offense in Miami.
No, he's talking about the defensive. He's talking about the NFC teams, dude.
Yeah.
He's talking about the teams that torched the Eagles. 3 games in a row.
No, Dallas torched the Eagles. I don't think the 49ers they did play they beat them too.
They only have 4 losses. And one was the Jets.
One was last night.
One was the
Seahawks. Or the Niners.
Either way.
I'm saying
fuck the Eagles. Either way, fuck the Eagles.
It would have been after losing to the Jets, I would think. But
yeah,
I mean
that's all I'm saying.
That
I'm not
was their
saying
first loss, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of just have to write that off as a goofy coincidence. But now with 4 losses, I mean, yeah, it's.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's
perspective for you guys.
It's minorly concerning.
This is perspective for you guys. It was really bizarre this week, but let's say it happens tomorrow, this Wednesday, instead of last Wednesday. Then you're coming off 3 losses, the last one to a team that was on a 4-game losing streak. Then you're like, okay, now I get it. But so it went from like bizarrely odd to like, okay.
It could have made more sense if,
So, I mean, I still, the replacement is Matt Patricia. It's not like it's some guy that, went somewhere.
They gave up 34 to the Bills, 42 to the Niners, and 33 to the Cowboys. So he was canned after the 3 straight games over 30-some allowed.
One final thing before we move away from this, gentlemen. Please comment on it if you'd like. In this losing streak, they have not scored more than 20 points. So you can blame the defense if you want to, but the offense ain't performing at any kind of level either. So
that guy's probably next. That guy's next.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple of players called out Jalen Hurts for kind of dogging it on that last drive against Seattle last night. So
he's pooping his pants.
There'd be trouble in paradise.
He pooped his pants, guys. He pooped his pant, actually, just one pant.
Single pant.
All right. Speaking of getting fired up or fired, don't call me Lane Staley got fired and Sandia. Oh, hey, actually, LA now. The Chargers.
I mean,
no one saw this. Everyone saw this coming.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't that Vegas game that was on the road, right? Yeah, I wouldn't have let the coaches back on the plane. I'd be like, you motherfuckers can get an Uber.
Get out of my team. Get off my.
There are rumors he's getting fired at halftime, but I don't think that actually happened.
Dude, is that the biggest, 0 points the week before, 60 burger next week? That's got to be like a record of some kind.
Yeah, exactly. And I watched on the McAfee show. We'll give him a little credit here. They showed a clip the week before they interviewed Staley, and he says they asked him if his team's still playing hard for him, and he says, "Yeah, if we weren't, we'd go out there and we'd get blown out by 50." The next week, and then McAfee's like, all the players probably heard that and said, "Oh, all we got to do is get our ass kicked this week," and then
spoke it into existence.
Fucking
That's fucking funny.
That's fucking funny.
All right, I don't hate the Chargers. I hate this version of the Chargers.
Yeah, ditto. Me too. Too.
I like them as an organization, but good God, they're bad.
Right. It's like Adam Gase. I feel like that's what he can't do anything in there. All right. Anyway, that concludes our news. Next section. Tell the truth. I'm going to start off this week's Tell the Truth with this.
Oh,
Number 8.
Here we go. Here we go.
There's always next year.
I'm not going to comment. I'm going to comment before and after. This is bullshit. Go ahead.
Bullshit.
Hey, remember the rule, Gobo, when we first started this show? And Dame's like, there's no talking during people's truth and no rebuttal.
That's why I'm starting before you're starting, and then I'll start afterwards too.
Oh my God.
Anyway, back to the point at hand. My truth is going to be, there's always next year. Been saying this for my whole life, and specifically for the last 13 years now, since the Jets have been officially eliminated from playoff contention. Got my Rodgers jersey back out. He's running around, throwing the ball. Was on the scout team the other day, running around, playing some linebacker, and made it one-handed interception. I'm like, what can he do? Oh, he can't play football for the Jets yet. So we'll see next year. My truth. Just looking forward to next year, guys. Losing all hope is freedom. Been a nice couple weeks. Just sit back and watch the games. James.
That should have been your truth after week 1, first of all. It's always next year. Secondly, let's talk about this for a second, you guys. Aaron Rod, that's amazing, dude. Like, I know that he's not coming back, but if he's even able to at this point, that's amazing, right?
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
let's talk.
This kind of injury, and at his age, we were like,
to me, it's like there's
I
conspiracy things about him trying to like prove science wrong and like he can do it. But I'm like, this actually proves science like amazing. Like you're saying, technology is moving forward, modern medicine is moving forward, where injuries that used to take a year to heal now can take a quarter of a year if
I
you
mean,
do a different procedure.
I'll say it. I will admit that it's amazing if Rodgers gets on the field next year and like doesn't completely suck ass. But until that happens, I like I you know my opinion on Rodgers. He was done 2 seasons ago.
G-Man, any thoughts on this?
I would just like to talk about your excitement for his one-handed interception in practice that just was most likely staged in. Whatever, bro. Come on, man.
I mean,
Hey, it was partially a joke, but partially he's like, why the fuck is he running around
Played
the scout team on defense
linebacker.
when he's just
Dude,
coming
I
off?
mean, East Rutherford's not that far from Broadway. He could be starting his acting
it would
career.
not be NFHell if we couldn't laugh at the Jets. I mean, come
I
on.
mean, from the depths of hell and down lower, I'm like the lowest you can go pretty much until I'm burning into flames. So 13 straight years, guys. I'm a teenager and I haven't been to the playoffs. I got pubes already. Nothing.
Sad.
Sad. Who would like to go with the truth next? G-Man, let's hear it. The other New York team, but it's not a New York.
Simple truth is, I need a transfer portal coming to New York for my O-line next year, guys, because second time the season's been over in my mind. We came back and won 3 in a row to give me a slight hope again, and now here we are back, not officially eliminated, but fucking over. And now Tommy Dorito has been sacked 35 times in 5 games. In one of those, he didn't even get sacked. So it's really 35 sacks in 4 games.
A lot of
So
sad.
got to fix that, regardless who the quarterback is. That's my truth.
Who's starting this week?
Dorito.
Dorito. I like Dorito better than
Who else they got? I mean, they got Tyrod.
Back.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no point to go back to Tyrod. You might as well see what DeVito can do.
All right.
Yeah.
Let the boy get a contract if he can.
The boy play.
he wasn't doing much of this week anyway. Gobo.
Yeah, up the Saints deals.
I was like, yeah, I think we could just skip games this week.
Yeah, they fucking. All right, Gobo, go ahead.
I mean, my truth is kind of harkening back to before we went on our 3-game win streak. It's the Packers season is fucked. This roster is like not good at all. Baker Mayfield had a perfect passer rating at Lambeau Field. Baker Mayfield in 2023 torched our secondary. I mean, he could have like basically walked the balls over to those guys. They were so fucking open. I feel really sad because I think that Matt LaFleur is probably going to get fired at the end of the season, which he is the absolute least like non-problem on the team. I think that his play calling has been really good. I think that his schemes are really good. I think that he's doing absolutely everything he can to keep us in these games using young talent like Jaden Reed. But like we cannot keep our stars healthy because we have no offensive line. Our defense, we sold Rasul Douglas out to Buffalo. I mean, could have been a bad locker room situation, but like our secondary is beat to shit. We're not going to be able to cover. We're not going to be able to keep up with teams. Like, I don't like this team, and I think that if they think firing LaFleur is the answer, we're going to be like the Jets and the Broncos, where we're going to go on fucking 8 consecutive non-playoff seasons. So that's my truth. Is I'm fucking terrified that that our marquee Hall of Fame quarterbacks are the only thing keeping us relevant.
Right. And I mean, my question was last week too, is Jordan Love Zach Wilson?
Jordan, I don't know what the fuck Jordan Love is.
Next year, if he does the same type of shit where one game he likes it, it's Zach Wilson, dude.
Well, and this is my problem with Jordan Love is that he's played fairly well in a couple of these games, and he's won a few of these games. Like that win over the Chiefs was pretty impressive. Like he had a good game. And I think that the head office is going to look at that and be like, "Oh, Rodgers struggled his first year. Favre struggled his first year. This is just Jordan struggling, and he's going to be our guy. He's going to be our long-term guy. Just because he had one bad year isn't enough to turn the tables on him." And it's like he's not, man. Like he is making mistakes that Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre never made. Like he is overthrowing wide open receivers. He can't read his check downs. He can't get the plays off in time. He can't get out of the fucking pocket without intentionally grounding it. He throws into fucking triple coverage like almost every week. Like he is like, yeah, he's Zach Wilson, man. Like we're going to get fucking Zach Wilson if we don't figure this shit out.
Yeah. Dames, last but not least, your truth. Let us know your truth at home down below.
Wait, let me comment on Gobo. I mean, Favre made every mistake as well, though. I mean, that guy made lots of mistakes.
I mean,
Lots.
he could throw it accurately 75 yards down the field too. So there's a bit of a difference there.
Right. Right. But
Brett Favre was the Babe Ruth of the NFL. He just
yeah.
threw the ball as hard as he could every single time.
Seattle. The truth up there. What's the truth going on up there?
Is the 2023 Seattle Seahawks are giving me a multiple personality disorder. Last night in the first quarter, I went from thinking I was coming on here today with a case for saying that my team was the worst, in the worst hell of all four of our teams. By the end of the game, I couldn't find any argument to support that. That said, there are issues, man. And there's something going on that I've never felt before in the Pete Carroll era. And I'm not sure whether it's because I was turning my eyes to the wall or if it was just, naivety. But Pete Carroll, he's hiding some things. He's hiding some demons and some things. And I think I'll give you an example with the injury bug that we've got going on. Gino's missed 2 games in a row now. And he swears that it's not due to anything other than Gino being injured. That one I actually believe. Jamal Adams being injured after completing all the games that he's played in, and then just the next week not being injured and not able to go. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. If you finish a game fine and you come out of it and there's no questions on your health, why is it that your health is so poor the next week that you can't play in the game? And
can't even talk.
What furthers my suspicion here is that Jamal Adams was not even in the building last night. And when Pete Carroll was asked about it, he said, well, Jamal's going to deal with that, how he has to deal with it. But he tried like heck to get back, and he couldn't there. So I'm trying to preserve him because we need him the rest of the way. And I don't believe that, because I saw him the 2 weeks before that where we decidedly would have been better off without him in a couple of instances. He's not doing anything of note while he's on the field. And I don't want to make this a truth about Jamal Adams because everybody knows his best days are past him. But my truth is, like, I don't know what's going on with this team. They are lacking an identity all the way from the quarterback position to now people are like, that was a true indictment on what you're going to get with Drew Lock yesterday. Like, the dude had 116 yards before the final drive. That's not efficient enough. All right. Even when your run game was going well, which it was in the second half. And I think the kneel down took us from 102 rushing yards to 100. So he did get 100 yards there. But I mean, it's just, it's so frustrating because I don't know. I mean, I'm watching a defense that gives up a touchdown on the first drive every game, every single game. And this is why I was texting these guys yesterday. I'm in the worst hell because our defense is awful. And then we played 4 quarters and gave up only 17 points and held Jalen Hurts to his worst passing game in his career, including 2 interceptions. So I don't know. I don't know what this team is. There's 3 games left. Do I think I'm going to figure it out in that span? I don't. I doubt it. So my truth is, I don't know this team, even though I probably invest more time in them than anybody. I mean, come on.
It's week
I'm
16.
listening to Seattle sports radio like 8 hours a day while I'm doing all my other mundane. I'm invested in this, and I don't know what this team is. So that's my truth.
All right, let's know
That's my truth. I didn't mean
Let's your truth.
to go all Mario on you.
Mozzarella.
G-Man, something to add to Dame's truth up there and sad. Good. All right, that concludes.
Confusing.
I just wanted to say,
confusing Northwest.
I just want to say, is this Jamal, folks?
Dun, 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 dun.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. We're gonna do our recap next week 15. I'll just start off by saying I had a really good week, and I am now in first place, finishing 13-3. Gobo finished second this week, 10-6. G-Man Jazz won a measly 500 at 8-8. And Damian Marvs, 1 game over, 9-7. Talk about our overall records at the end. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go to Vegas, where the Raiders put up how many points? What was the final?
63, I think.
3, 7 short of the Dolphins.
Anybody take the overs? Anybody take the overs? The Raiders scored what? 0 point? Yeah.
They were shut out the week before.
Huh?
Like, who would have taken the over in this game? Like, LA is totally stagnant on offense. Herbert is hurt. I wanting to say Oakland and San Diego. At Vegas, Vegas scores 0 the week before. Devontae is like completely just like dysfunctional. Like he wants to get out of there, and then we have this score where almost 100 points are scored in a game of football. So
42-0. 42-0 at half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chargers suck. Their season is done. Everyone got fired. You know, they're gonna be putting the Make-A-Wish kids in now. They're gonna go in the
stick at quarterback.
Yeah, they're gonna like let fans call plays and shit. Like, yeah, it's over.
I mean, look good for us. We all picked Vegas.
We all picked the Raiders.
Good job, NFL. Good job. Next one, Minnesota Cincy. We all took Cincy except G-Man. He took the old North.
He doesn't even know the Jake Brown.
They actually were ahead the entire game. And then Browning Nagel.
Dude, that kid's got guts. He's got moxie. And I'll tell you what, maybe you guys know this or don't know this, but he was actually drafted and cut by the Vikings and played this game with a revenge chip on his shoulder. And at the end of the game, he's like, walks up to the camera. He's like, "You shouldn't have fucking cut me." And then like he ended up having to apologize for all this shit.
No, he did not.
I did not know
Yeah, he went total douche. I love him because he's Washington alum, but he went total douche now.
Hilarious.
I mean, kind of. It's like, fuck you, man. I mean, that players use that as motivation all the time. How many times have we heard Tom Brady? I was drafted 199. Every team passed on me. Okay, great, bro. There's only like one. How many quarterbacks were drafted?
But this team cut him. Everybody didn't draft him, but this team cut him.
That was the worst Tom Brady impression I've ever heard, man.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was his grandma or someone else.
Tom Brady. Let's play a bit of footy then. I mean, how about that T. Higgins catch, though, man? Like, what fucking field awareness to turn around, get his shoulders square, and put the ball over the line. Like, just fucking masterful wide receiver
Yeah.
in there.
This is a good game, you guys. This is a fun
Really
fucking
good one.
game to watch.
Yeah. That one was really fun. Yeah, I think last week we talked about like all these games. We're like, really? Really? And then
This was a
60
fun week to watch football. This was a really fun week for football. I mean, even before last week.
I bet it was.
Shut up.
Yeah,
I mean, Monday
sure
night,
was.
yeah.
I'm not trying to
Sure was.
flex here.
We all know Dames had a good time this
Yeah,
week.
us three are over here.
Yeah.
My feet are on fire.
Baker Mayfield. Anyways.
Zach Wilson. Okay, anyway. Pittsburgh, Indy.
Derek fucking Carr. Anyways.
Pittsburgh, Indy. Us three G-men took the wrong team on this one again, trying to go against the grain. We all took Indy, thought Pittsburgh would bounce back. Pittsburgh was up for a while in this. Minshew Magic wins it, so I didn't really pay much attention to this game. I feel like I've been hearing rumor Tomlin possibly leaving. Are they really going to get rid of him if he goes under 500?
But if he leaves, it's going to be behind the scenes them asking him to step away.
Right. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like what's definitely happening to Belichick.
Yeah, yep.
Because think of dude, he's still a young man. Like he's been there forever, and he could be there forever. I'm young as like look at Pete Carroll, and
Right.
he's not at the age of like, should you really be doing this? He's got
He's
another.
not 73 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got another.
He's
10
got
years.
20.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the
Two
Steelers
decades
were
left.
their third coach. I mean, they had Knox, Cowher, and now him. That's literally it.
And I love that. I love that for them.
Me too. I love that too, man. That's
Yeah,
like,
It's a fun narrative.
I like him. He's a good coach.
yeah. And they all won Super Bowls, so it's like I think their formula is working. You know, like let's stick with the guy because if you believe in a guy, you need to give him time. But you never know. The NFL might be NFL for old Tommy. Yeah, Gobo.
DeForest Buckner, sack on the first play.
This is a huge game for Pittsburgh coming up. Like you said, 7-7. They're right at their old 500. And I don't know. He goes above 500 and they make the playoffs. He's probably back again. I don't know.
He's coming back again.
Buckner.
He's going to play Seattle the week after that.
Oh, shit.
And then the third Saturday game of the week, because remember these were all on Saturday. Denver, Detroit.
God damn it.
Gas and I took Detroit. You guys took Denver. I mean, I'm going to just start like both of these teams. What the fuck? You know what I mean? They're both kind of like 1 week. We're like, oh yeah, they're pretty good. They might they might make the play. They're not going to make the playoffs.
So something I didn't mention to you guys, but the reason I picked the Broncos is because I did say they had the hot hand, and the Lions are kind of faltering a little bit. But this is something you just don't see. The offensive line for Denver has played together in every game, all 5 of them, without missing.
wow.
And that continuity,
That is huge.
it's very rare. That continuity is like, it's paramount in a lot of these things. And I certainly don't blame this loss on them. There was one point in the game where Sean Payton was just screaming at Russell Wilson, and he just looked like a wounded puppy. But he couldn't even respond. I urge you guys to find the clip because it's hilarious. Like, maybe Russell came off and said we should have went for it, but Peyton's just like screaming at him, and he's just like,
right, like you let me.
He's like, why don't you not throw an interception on the 1 yard line, dickhead?
Dude, if Russ is gonna snap at some point, and he's gonna be like ghetto Russ, and he's just gonna be like, "Fuck your mother,"
Little
shit like that.
little Wisconsin
Yeah.
Russ.
I was gonna say there's no ghetto. There is no
go full Tupac.
no fucking ghetto Russ.
Ghetto Russ. Get the fuck
But
out.
Jared Goff went ghetto with 5 fucking titties.
I was gonna say, Lions. Who fucking knows what this like? They're gonna win the division and lose in the playoffs. It's
inevitable, dude.
like who fucking cares? Whatever. The Broncos, like they have some talent. They have a little bit of cohesion. They've won some games. They've won some big games. But when it comes down to it, when a talented team actually shows up, Denver has no chance.
I got one for you guys. Who do you pick right now, let's say this week was Detroit versus Philly. Who do you got?
Philly.
Where's it at?
I don't care where it's at. Philly.
I'm
100%.
tossing the
If it's a
coin.
playoff game, Philly by a lot.
I'm tossing a coin.
It's
I'm
a
go- I'm
playoff
going-
game
I'm
or
saying
just
Detroit.
next week?
Just next week. Just if they were playing
Oh, are they
right.
playing next week?
No. I was just saying if they play right now.
I'd take Detroit. I think their run
It's a
game.
coin toss. It's a coin
Yeah,
toss.
pretty much is a coin toss, too. That's a good matchup.
I'm not
Yeah,
breaking out the
what did you
clock for a
for?
theoretical game.
The Jets beat the Eagles, guys. Jets beat the fucking
We pick
Eagles.
theoretical games on this show, god damn it.
Yeah. Pick a theoretical game and put it down below. We'll pick on it.
Yeah, we'll tell you what we
Lions. I got Lions over Eagles. Fuck the Eagles.
All right, Washington Sentinels versus Miami Sharks.
Montreal Expos versus. Okay. What are we moving on to here? Oh God, we're gonna have to have Dame start with this one. Cocking off about his one bold prediction of the year that he got right.
You guys
Here,
laughed at me.
Carolina.
Jas especially laughed at me. I went back and watched the replay on this. You were rather harsh, like, "Oh, I don't want to fucking. I'm the only one that can predict when they win," type of shit. And I was like, I'm like, I don't know. I just have a feeling that this is where they get their second W. I'm sorry.
This is their second win.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but this is what I feel.
Ritter, by the way, got benched, or he's getting benched coming up because of this game.
Did you
So,
see the
yeah.
last interception that he threw?
Oh my god.
Wasn't good.
Dude, he was just like, "Here you go."
He's like
What?
his quote was just like, yeah. Like he has to answer questions to that, man.
Yeah. Is he done? Is he done in Atlanta as a quarterback?
Ritter?
Yeah. They gave him a year and he sucked. They're done. I mean, they have Heineke. Bring somebody else.
That year,
I think
Well, let him move on because I think he's going to be good. But
well, the crazy thing is Atlanta could still win that division. Like it's not over.
You're
Like
right.
they absolutely could still win the division. So if Atlanta, if Ritter is benched this next week, has a great week of practice, goes back on the field, wins the last 2 games of the season, makes the playoffs, then no, he's not done. So I think it's too crazy to predict right now. Because I mean, like, yeah, Ritter's had a shit season, but shit division. So who fucking knows what's gonna happen?
Right.
you had a
Panthers
top
should win.
pick. You had a top 15 pick in the draft, which means you weren't good last year, and you took a running back. You think you're going to be that much better this year? I mean, come on, guys.
And you had a good running game already. And you already had a good
I was
running
going
game.
to say that running has never been an issue for the Falcons.
Dirty bird. All right. Chicago. Cleveland. And, ever since Dick Touch guy went out and I picked the Browns.
God damn it. This game makes me fucking mad, dude. This game burns me up.
DJ
You
Moore.
are annoyed so bad.
I was so mad. I was like,
I know.
I was so
Oh,
happy. I was so afraid the Bears were gonna fucking win that
I
game.
know, me too. The whole time I was just that's the only game I was like, God damn it, do not fucking win, Bears.
I know why Gobo hates the Bears, but I love that.
I mean,
like,
yeah, obviously.
Gales just hates the Bears because I like him.
No, I hate Fields, dude. He sucks.
Well, because I like him. He doesn't suck.
If he was on any of our teams, I guarantee we would all be saying, fuck that guy, get him off my team. He shows flashes of greatness. So did Zach Wilson. Who gives a shit? You got to be a consistent
Justin
quarterback.
Fields had Jackson Smith and Jigba, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett, and his legs. God, dude, I hope the Bears try and trade him. I'll take him. Bring him over to Seattle. I'll take him all day long.
I'll
You're
take
welcome.
anybody. I'll take any quarterback that
Dame's-
can run like
Dame's
that with my
fantasy
line.
that the Seahawks are just gonna trade for every free agent in the fucking NFL.
Well, no, because they're tough. They got to make a decision, you guys. If they draft a quarterback with one of their 2 picks, they got to trade him for more capital. That's a reality.
To you,
The
you
suitors.
give them all.
Are we gonna?
I don't think the Bears are gonna pick a quarterback. I think
Well,
they
that's
they
good.
still think Fields is the guy.
I'm glad. That makes me happy because I think so.
I want you to record this part on the show because I'm telling you right now, Justin
Every show's
Fields.
recorded, bud.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I want
I
you
was
to
gonna
take
say
this
that-
snippet and just be like,
Watch
Justin Fields is
DVD.
not a good quarterback. Justin Fields is not a good quarterback. And you can put that up at the end of next season when he comes back with another season of, oh my God, he's going to. No, that's my prediction. Obviously, we'll see.
I was like,
Time will tell.
isn't this like Fields' third year as a starter? And the
Yeah.
Bears have still yet to break 500.
I mean, they barely have. They won 5 games.
Dude,
Has he ever won 5 games in a
okay.
season? What are they right now? I'm saying if he was in New York, he would have been out long ago. Ask G-Man and Jazz, man.
Drafted by somebody that's not. All right, I'm not even gonna. It's
What?
it's pointless.
Miles
Like,
Garrett.
Like, look, they have a real decision right now. They're not going to
Mhm.
stick with their current coach. If they commit to not picking a quarterback, they're going to obviously pick up his 5th-year option. So they're stuck with him for 2 years. Are they going to do that to a new coach who may not be the Justin Fields guy? Or are they going to this coaching thing? I mean, you see where I'm saying? There's like some
Oh
real
yeah, no, I know.
gray area.
Are
And
you saying
have-
the Bears are going to fire Eberflus?
Really? I haven't
I don't
even
think
heard that. That's
they
my take.
should. I mean, he's not
Like,
good.
so
pretty
what?
good.
You guys are like, they suck so fucking bad.
Well,
They
this
do
is his
suck so
first
fucking
year.
bad, but like they're better than they were last year.
This is his first year. Fields is 3rd year, and he sucks. So
All right,
that
well,
guy's
here's what I'd like to see happen. I'd like to see them keep the coach and the player, and then use these draft picks very wisely and become a much better team. That's what I'd like to see.
Okay.
We don't know what's going to happen because
Right.
there's a lot of gray area in these decisions.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
one decision changes the entire course of the rest of the decisions.
Well, and it could, like they say, if they draft Caleb number 1, then they're getting rid of Fields, but then they're kind of starting all over, and then
Dude,
Yeah.
if you have the number 1 pick and Caleb Williams is there, how do you not pick him?
I don't know. Harrison Jr. is pretty juicy.
yeah,
I
he might not even be going pro.
know.
Go
well,
with-
he
go
doesn't
with
want to play for the
DJ.
Bears.
Imagine that. Yeah, DJ Moore and him. Yeah.
Did we see
Fields,
Bo Nix pull his name out of the draft? He's coming back.
Really?
I think I saw that.
I'll have to go double check it. Gobo can double check. Actually, after this one, because we're talking about the Packers game next.
Yeah, let's move on.
Do you really want to talk about the Packers game, Gobo? I mean,
Let's talk about the Packers game, Gobo. You know, and it's funny because we kind of talk, at the beginning of the season, I was kind of singing the Bucks praises, and another one of these teams, I mean, they're winning that division right now. They're potentially going to host a playoff game. Could they upset, Philly or Dallas or whoever ends up, not winning that division? Probably fucking not. Like I don't see them winning that game in the playoffs. It's possible. It's possible. Baker Mayfield is showing out this year. Mike Evans is a stud. They got a couple of really good players on Tampa this year. Definitely a marked improvement from last year. But I mean, it's so hard not to focus on the mistakes that we made. There was so many opportunities the Packers could have won this game. I mean, we had that strip sack on the 2-yard line. We fought back into it. We had the lead. We were making plays on offense, moving the ball, and then just a couple of really poorly timed shitty throws by Jordan Love, and then just a complete breakdown in the secondary, and we were out of it. And it reminded me a lot of the Minnesota game, where it just was like we kind of flirted with it being close, but at the end of the day, we were just outmatched.
I mean, I picked Tampa Bay just because of my man crush on the Bucks this year. And like you said, Baker Mayfield has the first passer rating perfect. Like, that's insane to me. I don't think he's that good. So it just shows
He's not that good, yeah. But
it shows how shitty your defense. I mean, it's over. It's at Lambeau too. You'd think the Packers would show up, and
He was that good.
especially after taking that fucking bad loss against New York last week, and then it's just like we go out there and it's just like you feel like the Packers would be fired up, wanting to get back on track, and they just lay an egg.
right.
Hey, the word is Baker's playing the best football of his life. So, whatever that's saying, it's going to give him a chance to make the playoffs, man. It's crazy.
I picked Green Bay because I lost the coin toss.
Yeah.
I mean, fair.
I couldn't decide between Gulf shrimp and brats and cheese curds. I should have not listened to Jess and went with seafood, but I couldn't make up my mind, and the coin toss got me. Go
Yeah, I would
Paul,
think
he
seafood.
says.
I mean, I would still much rather have cheese curds.
You'd rather have cheese. See, I would rather have some crab. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'll take some seafood in a heartbeat. Anyway, move on to the shittiest game of the week. And the first thing I want to say about this Jets Dolphins game is this. Dave's brought up a great point. The Jets have started 9 different right tackles this season and 15 different, and now I should say 16 different line combinations. So again, sometimes, you can blame the quarterback all you want. You can do this, you can do that. But we can't get our running game going when we don't even know who's playing. And then Becton, who was supposed to be our stud, who we didn't even pick up his option because he's been whatever, whiffed on 2 or 3 fucking blitzes, doesn't even touch a guy. Zach Wilson gets concussed, goes off the field. They give him a concussion test, say he's fine, comes in literally 2 plays later, gets hit again, he's done. And then Seaman comes in and throws 2 picks. So that's the story of the Jets game. Tyreek Hill-less Dolphins still put up 30, didn't allow a point. I mean, they were just doing whatever they wanted all game. Mostert has the most touchdowns ever in Dolphins history in a season. I think he had 2 against us when he had 19. He has 21 touchdowns this year. If you have him in fantasy football and you're not winning your league, you suck. Because that is a lot of touchdowns for one running back.
Do you happen to remember my comments on this game last week?
No, I'm sure
McCaffrey has 20 as well.
I said,
to
you guys, I says, this is going to be bad. This is going to be an embarrassment to the Jets defense. I said, it's going to be 34-13. So what I did was I overestimated the sweats. And I was totally right about the defense getting embarrassed, though.
Well, I mean, Jass and Gobo both picked the Jets.
I know.
I guess
I just
Don't fucking remind me. Don't remind me.
I really wanted the Jets to win because I fucking hate the Dolphins.
God, me ditto, dude, ditto. Tua, please. It's like they're talking about their coach being some genius. I'm like, okay, because you have Tyreek Hill on your team, all of a sudden he's a genius. Yeah, my enemy was a genius too when he had Tyreek with the Chiefs. What happened to him?
I was just trying to get you to the Christmas miracle, brother. But...
I know. I'm just saying man. And then I was checking off. Some guy made a list of all the teams that lost, and then if the Jets win out, if they make the playoffs, the first team was that Bengals game. They won. It was like a check. I was like, oh my God, here we go. We're rolling. And it doesn't matter now. Always next year, guys. There's always next year. G-Men. Look at this. 3 in a row, guys. Wow. Cool. This is fun. Giants.
Yeah. There's always next year.
Unless you die, then there's
7-6. So, now, every time Danny Dorito, as I now call him, got sacked. Yeah, the defensive players were all doing it. And he got sacked 7-9 times. And DeVito also got concussed in this game. Looked like he blacked out for a little bit. Tried to get back in. They sent him into halftime early. He came back out in the second half, and they played him. So not really sure how that one worked. Not being a concussion, but didn't play good. O-line's pathetic. Blah, blah, blah. And the Saints are also one of those teams that they have a chance because of where they're at. So 500. And their D-line's pretty good, I guess. Oh, no, wait. They're not. Everyone's D-line's good against my O-line.
I mean, I do like the point that you brought up, though, and I kind of feel like we touched on this a few times on this show, but every time it gets it gets oh my gosh, my brain just totally. You were talking about getting sacked a bunch of times. I lost my train of thought. Fuck the Giants.
Doritos snacked. Yeah.
Doritos snack time with Midwest Jet. Anybody got anything to add to this game?
Yeah. I just realized you guys were 5-8 before a 3-game win streak. Or after a 3-game win streak. 5-8 after a 3-game win streak.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason I picked the Saints is because I like Taysom Hill. He had nothing to do with this game, and that I didn't think that the Giants. I didn't think that the Giants could get a 4-game win streak. That's the only reason.
That was 2 reasons.
Give me a reason, dude. Give me a reason.
Give me 2 reasons. Give me 2 reasons.
Give me 2 reasons to stay here.
Anything to add to this lackluster dare?
I think that that was just a bad when we lost to the Giants. I mean, I think that was just a bad game by us. I think that we kind of allowed
the Packers.
Talking about the Giants Saints, bro. We won.
Okay, all right, fuck it. Yeah, the Giants suck ass.
No,
like,
to his
Saints
point,
the Saints are bad.
We all watched it. It was a bad game. It was not fun to watch. Remember,
I know.
I took sides for each half, and I fucking hated my life both halves.
Right. Well, that's the thing too. Like, yeah, if the Giants would have blown us out, I could at least bet. You know what? At least Jazz is having a good time, but you didn't have a fucking good time. Like, you thought you were gonna lose the whole game.
Kind of like when I played the Giants, and I thought I had lost the whole game until the end. That was awesome when I won against the Giants.
Right.
Oh, remember how you played the Giants? I do.
I'm already in hell. I don't need to be torched in hell. I'm already
coming out party was the first time we played the Giants.
But, I mean, the Giants. I mean, they'll be. I'm sure they'll be better next year. I mean, I don't think last year was a flash in the pan. I think that they just I don't know what is bad coaching, bad O-line play. They got some talent on that team. What's his name? Danny Jones. I think, that contract has probably been a little mismanaged, but they can recover from this.
Yeah, and the thing I guess I was going to touch on, and we can always do this at a later time, or we can talk about is this concussion BS, where I feel like they don't have any. It's always like, oh, he is concussed, he's not concussed, and then the guy literally gets laid out and he's helping out, but he doesn't get called off the field. But then a guy goes over here and hits his head, but it's like, dude, it's one of those things again, in my opinion, where they can use it to an advantage or disadvantage to a team if they want to.
You saw what happened. Go ahead.
That's an excellent point. Like, because you think about it, it's like the NFL ratings wise, they want that New York market share, and DeVito is a fucking hometown kid. He's got the fucking Italian thing, so all the East Coast guys are gonna be super into it. So they're just like, Roger Goodell's on the fucking phone with that doctor, like, get him back in the game.
Right, basically, send him to half, and then we'll bring him out after half because you got plenty of time to
get him a salt tablet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and you know what's funny about that? Zach Wilson, literally, when he hit his head, and I was like, man, he looked concussed. He's over there with the smelling salts, and then he comes back in the game with one, and he puts it in his little hand warm. I'm like,
smelling salts get the cobwebs out pretty good.
Okay, so let's. All right, this is an interesting topic. Do you guys see what happened to McCaffrey when he did the flop, and he basically limped his body when he got hit? And the ref was laughing at him when he was like, that was the worst acting I've ever seen in my life. But the guy on the sideline was like, when somebody's body does that, you got to come out of the game. So they pulled him out of the game. So you must have this tug of war between Goodell being like, get his ass back in the game. And then the real professionals being like, dude, your body's not supposed to do that when you get hit. And then this explosion of money and health colliding in what's right and wrong. Interesting discussion. They should think about it, called concussion.
That would be so cool.
I mean, watch Goodell gets fired and they bring on Vince McMahon, and this just gets so much worse.
Oh my God. No, Goodell's going to be the commish till he doesn't want to be, and that's going to be when he's like 80 years old. It's like, I mean, 40, 50 million a year to fucking do that. Give me a break. Anyway.
No, I believe Goodell's done in like soon, actually.
Thought they just gave him an extension.
Extended him.
They extended.
I know, but I mean, I think that was the last contract he was gonna serve.
Oh.
It wasn't that long, was it? Like, it wasn't very long, even.
Please.
3, 4
remember.
years. 3, 4 years. We'll look it up. Or comment below. Tell us if,
Yeah.
Roger Goodell.
The stress of the position, he can't handle too much more.
Right, yeah. All right, Houston, Tennessee. What a weird game. Levis, no Stroud. Yeah, Dames.
First of all,
you took Tennessee.
I did, but the audacity of these motherfuckers to show up with the Houston Oilers uniforms on. What the? That's karma kicking you right in your fucking dick, you dumb motherfuckers.
Against them.
Shit you don't fuck with. Like if you're on a Super Bowl trajectory and you just want to embarrass somebody, you do that. Not when you're like record wise and talent wise an inferior team. You don't aggravate them by, oh my God, this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. And then they gave the game away. They gave it away at the end.
Yep. It's like, I turned it on. I was like, oh, wow, those are sweet unis. And then I'm like, oh, wait, they're playing Houston. What the fuck? Like, they could have picked any other game. I feel like that the NFL was like, this is a good idea. Let's have them do that. And then,
dude, this is Vince McMahon putting it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. Go get Earl Campbell and bring him onto the field.
Yeah.
And punch him in the face.
Yeah. People will be tuning into that. Anyway, I do still like Levis. I think I like him in Tennessee. I feel like he is their future quarterback.
Dude, he was so injured on a play that they wouldn't even show the replay.
And
now he's fine.
And now he's fine. I heard them say that the announcers were like, we're not even going to show that. And he goes over, gets it taped up, and came back in. I'm like, wow.
Can you show it now?
Yeah.
No. Sorry.
Nope. Sorry. They didn't get the footage, so they're like, can't show that one. It's too bad. We weren't filming. All right. Anyway, talked about this beginning of the show a little bit. The hot seat's getting hotter for Bill. Pretty much it was announced, kind of ish, that they're moving on from him at the end of the season. Kansas City comes in, takes care of business. We all took the Chiefs. Was a little closer, I thought, at the beginning again. Kelsey's pretty much non-existent.
Oh, that sequence where they threw him like 3 times in the red zone, and Taylor Swift was like, the fuck? Hilarious picture.
Yeah, I know. It's like, can we just come on, man? Like, it's fine. Yeah, we get it. They're dating. It's cool. We got it now. We got it.
He did a flop in the end zone on one, and he was manhandled on one. So she had the right to be like, what the fuck? I'm just surprised he understands football, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, she's just sitting with Kelsey's mom sometimes. So, I mean, she's a football mom. So, I mean, she could probably catch her up to speed.
So, do you
anyway, not really much to talk about this besides the Chiefs.
I mean, so if Travis and Taylor split, do you think that Swift remains friends with Brittany Mahomes?
Ooh, what's the
over-under on that?
Yeah, we should do a line for this, see if people start betting on it.
She'll be in the next fucking music video about the song about Travis.
Yeah, they'll break. I mean, here's the thing. She writes songs about breaking up with people. That's where she makes her money. Now she's just going to date somebody that's super famous and write about him. And then now she has all this huge market. And they're all going to tune into it. She's a genius. And maybe
she's going to date like a really old person next. She's going to date like Bruce Willis.
Yeah. Oh,
Warren Buffett.
I thought he died.
Right here in Little Omaha. Woo! Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Also, I do want to add crazy stat about the Chiefs. Technically, they can still get the 1 seed, and their schedule, I believe, is very favorable if they win out. And like, I think the Ravens maybe lose. I think they have the tiebreaker. I feel like that's going to happen, and because everybody's counting the Chiefs out, they're not playing well, and then they're still going to somehow could possibly get the 1 seed.
2 games back, dude. I don't see it happening in 3 games.
It's pretty unlikely.
Right.
They're not even playing that good. I don't see it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. They're not playing that good, and they're almost. I mean, they're
This is when they turn it on, though.
yeah.
I
So
mean, typically.
yep. Typically,
Or they lose out and don't make the playoffs.
I think they still would make the playoffs.
Denver.
Denver lost again. Shit. Anyway, moving on to another game that was easy to pick. We all took San Fran. They look like if the playoffs were right now they would be definitely the team that's like on fire. They're going to the Super Bowl, and maybe they're going to continue doing this all the way into the playoffs. Our MVP pick, Dames and I's McCaffrey, still dominating. Maybe Purdy gets put in this.
Dude, that's okay.
Discussion.
Like, Richard Sherman's making a huge case for Brock Purdy. And I'm like, he's not even the MVP of his team, dude. Like, why can't you see that the players around him make him what he is? Until he doesn't have those and has to succeed without. Look what happened when Deebo Samuel was gone for 3 games. They fucking lost 3 in a row. They lost their right tackle or their left tackle, Trent Williams and Deebo. And those aren't even the 2 most like Ayuk. They still had Ayuk and McCaffrey, and they lost 3 in a row. Like, this can't be coincidence. Like,
but now what's didn't they win like 4 or 5 in a row? I mean, I feel like
they've won since then, but 2
you
of
can
them
have a couple bad games and still get MVP.
So,
You can have a couple bad games and get MVP.
I don't know.
Best-
I don't think Purdy's the MVP. I think that Christian is just so much more dynamic of a player, so much more important to the team.
Lamar.
I would pick
Lamar's having a great season, too.
Purdy, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's most valuable player, not best statistics. Like, if you're everyone around you is a superstar, like, look at who he's throwing to, dude. Kittle, Debo, and Ayuk, and McCaffrey.
No, I'm not really arguing.
How do you not have like the best fucking stats? Like, come on.
But he does. He still does, though. I mean, he has the best.
Monday night.
The best.
Monday Night Football. Ravens, Niners. We'll decide who the fucking MVP is in that game.
That's the Super Bowl right there.
Best game of the week.
The horrible.
So anyway,
part 2.
San Fran, we don't really have much to say. Arizona. Kyler Murray, please. Worst name in sports. Went to LA. Lost to the Scrams. In LA, we all took the Rams. Washington's one of those teams where I feel like they threw in the towel. They're definitely not going to the playoffs. Belichick's coming there next year.
Key.
I mean, going to Washington is the best place for a crooked person. Cheater. Might as well go to Washington.
Hey,
The Rams are James. The Rams are 500
and they have a
good
tiebreaker
football.
on things. Fucking.
Can they go to the playoffs?
7-7. Yeah, go to 10-7.
Over
they
you.
were one of the 6 NFC.
I wasn't asking. It was like more of a rhetorical. Are they going to make the playoffs? Anyway, Dallas, Buffalo.
We'll rewind it and watch what you said.
All right, go ahead. Dallas, Buffalo. Wow.
Dude, I regretted my decision to pick Dallas the minute I realized that everything I was saying last week about the weather and them playing shitty and cold weather away from home is true. And I don't know why I still stuck with Dallas. That was stupid. Buffalo is, dude, they're doing what the Chiefs typically do. And that's getting red hot right now. And I'm like, I got my eye on them because they look really fucking good the last couple of weeks. So I don't think their record is indicative of what that team is all about. So
yeah, they get in. They're going to be.
They get in. I think they're going. I'm going to say that now.
Right. I mean, I don't know if their
Well,
defense is good enough or deep enough because they have some key injuries on D, and if one or two other guys get hurt, I mean, it's good.
I think so much of it comes down to Josh Allen too. It's just like he's really struggled in clutch moments in the playoffs, and it's like one of those guys we really need to see prove himself. And he's got that. Buffalo has the talent. They always have had the talent. They had the talent at the beginning of the year, even when they were struggling. Like they can be dangerous, but will they? I mean, that's another one of those things. I got to see it first.
Well, guys, they're getting their running game going. Josh Allen only passed the ball like some stupid low number amount of passes this game, like 12 or something. They just kicked the shit and ran all over them. So they can get the run game going and not have to, you know, have Josh Allen do everything.
That's just basic football logic, though. If the run's working, don't throw it.
Yeah, but a lot of teams don't.
Yeah,
A lot of teams don't do that, man.
First.
You don't see that low of attempts in the NFL game, and there's teams that run.
Well, I mean, didn't Cook run for basically 200 fucking yards in this game? I mean, that's the Cook that going to be a game record in the next few years. He's going to be Dalvin 2.0. I mean, here's the thing, though. So we didn't really talk about Dallas at all because Dallas was like contending for the 1 seed. They just came off some pretty big wins. But yeah, like Dame said, you look at their home record, it's awesome. On the road, like what? They're like a different team. Like, what is up with that? To me, that seems, I mean, I get it, but like, man, it's a huge, and they're not going to be at home during the playoffs. So we all kind of going to happen there.
That leads to one of our really fun hypotheticals. Is what if Dallas does get that 1 seed and they get home field advantage in the playoffs? Do they have a shot of going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I think that's the only shot they have.
It's clearly the only shot they have. Yeah, but
and that's still not a guarantee. San Fran comes into town. San Fran comes into that building. Doesn't matter where they're playing. I feel like.
Oh God, that'd be the kill myself bowl. I fucking.
They've won like 16 in a row at home or something like that. So.
Oh,
good. They're good in Jerry.
Everybody's. Yeah, crazy.
Right. Sunday Night Football. Big Dick versus MVP. Jass and Jails took Baltimore. Gobes and Danes took Jacksonville. Jacksonville, I feel like they're just close, but they're just not quite.
They beat themselves more than any team I've ever seen. And seriously, fumbling when no one's around you.
Yeah, Trevor. What the?
Like the ball hit his dick.
Yeah, it did.
It gets in the way sometimes.
EDBF, Big Dick.
Big Dick fumble.
Thank you.
I went back and watched what I picked. I was like, why did I pick Jacksonville?
Because you love your boy, bro. That's why.
See, I know why I picked Jacksonville is because I was trying to gain a game on you guys, and I wanted to support my thesis of Jacksonville getting the 1 seed. They needed to win that game.
Yep, and
they didn't.
Right, and I feel like we said this last week. Likely just steps in, and he's just a monster. Like Lamar loves his tight end, and now this guy's a beast. I feel like he's just gonna,
They get both those guys on the field at the same fucking time.
Right.
Zay Flowers, those two.
Dell. Then there, Gus Edwards. If Dobbins ever comes back, I mean, that team could be scary if they were all healthy. I mean,
they did lose that. They did lose that running back though this week.
Yeah, Keaton Mitchell, the rookie,
is out.
And they got Melvin Gordon coming back again, I think.
He'll fumble though.
Baltimore is good, man. That's a good team.
Yeah, they're a pretty good team too. Baltimore or San Fran would be a pretty sweet Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, Dames. Monday night, last night, Drew, the answer lock.
You block, first of all. Did you see that block he threw on the
Drew block? Drew B.
It was
Drew Blockhead.
The kid's a douche. I mean, I'm happy what he did. I love the interview after the game and everything. But after he made that block, he looked around like, someone give me props for this. Come on. He's like, I mean, the touchdown would have probably happened anyway, but he he put on a pretty good block that I don't really see quarterbacks do, and most coaches are gonna be like, "Don't fucking do that again." By the way, and then but he was like looking around like, "Nobody, nobody, seriously."
Yeah, they're like, don't get hurt, dumbass. Gino's out already. We're gonna have to go to a third string slide.
Game again. Pete Carroll being mysterious. They didn't know who was starting the game 10 minutes before kickoff. Live
Yeah, what's up with
broadcast
that?
was not able to tell you who was starting the game until like 5 minutes before kickoff. And I'm listening to Pete. He's like, "Well, Gino looked great in pregame. The professionals said he needs one more. He can't go for 3 hours. He needs another." I'm like, "Well, that's good because he's only going to be on the field like 9 minutes in the game."
Right.
Because 3 and outs don't take that long. But I watched Drew Lock go in, had 116 yards in the first 3 quarters, or the first 58 minutes of the game, and in the last 2 minutes put together two things. The Seahawks' longest drive of the season, and the longest game-winning touchdown drive with under 2 minutes to play in the last 45 seasons. That's crazy. If I would have known that stat going before this all played out, I would have just turned the TV off. There's no way this is happening. But
Over.
DK Metcalf, for those of you that are tired of his attitude and want him traded, shut the fuck up, dude. That dude is a baller, man. He plays on every fucking. I mean, I'm tired of his penalties too, and getting tossed out of games. But I legit see where he's coming from. He's like, I'm playing hard on every play. If I don't hear the whistle, I'm taking your ass out. If I get a penalty, I get a penalty. And then the coach just like, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's what he does. He plays hard. And I'm like, there's a little more to it than that. I mean, when you have players on other teams saying, oh, we can totally get to him and get penalties, and then they do that like they did in San Francisco and get him kicked out of the game. I mean, it's a
Don't
problem.
be down. There's a line.
But the motherfucker had 3 almost impossible catches in the final 2 minutes of the game. The one was on his hip, the other one was down at the ground, and then he jumped up in the middle of 2 dudes and fucking grabbed this ball. That might be more impressive to me than the Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. But I mean, just the sequence of plays there, I was like, we get to third down. I'm like, oh, this is it. Third down, 10, it's over. Because, nobody wants to see 4th and 10. And then these miracle plays happen. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. You guys have talked on this show about angels in the outfield before. That's what happened, man. And like,
get it to your playmakers. Get it to you.
Caught that ball at the end. He was bobbling it. And I was like, no, they're going to take this off the board. But then I watched it, and he pulls it in just as his knee slides out of bounds. So I'm like, oh. And this is funny. Then he picks up the ball and he gives it away to a dude. Never thinking that Locke might, I don't know, want to have that ball.
I saw him give it to that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the security guard came and took it.
That guy will get like a free game pass, a signed jersey, a hot dog.
I want these.
He gets a fucking hot dog.
I will laugh if
Here, have a glizzy
again for an entire season.
Yeah, I want these seats.
Yeah, I just want these seats.
You give them for the first year, and then I'll give them the rest of my life. All right. Anyway, that concludes Week 15 recap. Again, thanks for tuning into NFHell. Overall records after this week, the new leader, Midwest Jet at 133-91. G-Men Jazz at 130-94. Dames at 126-98. And Gobo at 120-90. Nice even numbers there.
Hold on, bro. What was your record?
133-91.
What was mine?
130-94.
Oh, I thought you said you passed me by 1 game. Holy shit.
No, 3. Went 13-3, man.
Pretty interesting, the guy keeping the scores in first.
I mean, you guys can keep the scores. Go ahead. Anybody want to take over? Go right ahead. Go right
If I
ahead.
win or lose this thing, I'll just put it that way. If it means that much to you, cheat. I don't. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. I get you.
If it means that much to you, cheat.
Jails is like, I was 4,000. Oh,
Yeah, guys, I went
Right.
undefeated. I was the first undefeated week. All right. Anyway,
Just like goes back and edits the videos. It's just like, well, that's why I picked the Seahawks.
dude, I was gonna pick the Ravens, but I.
Dude, that would be the best. Wow, he's really good at picking games.
Wow.
Undefeated.
I could have sworn he got a few of those wrong.
I picked a tie.
Yeah, this game will go to overtime and even. All right, guys, play along at home. NFL.com is where we get the schedule. We literally go right down it. There's some Thursday games. There's some Saturday games again. There's 3 Monday games because it's Christmas. Christmas time is here. We start out with the Scrams, New Orleans, going out to LA. James, who you got in this one? Start out with them.
I got LA, bro. As much as it pains me, I think the Saints can beat them. I mean, they're one of the teams that I think can beat them. I just don't think that they will, and that sucks.
Right, and I'm going to take LA as well. I think Gobo said this earlier in the season a couple times. You know, the Rams don't really have much of a home field advantage. I feel like the Saints fans travel pretty well usually, I think, and if it's in LA, maybe, I don't know. I feel like, do they like this team that much where they're going to travel and go, we're going to the playoffs this year? Or they just kind of like, we're 500. I mean, we're not going to go to it. So I just feel like, yeah, the Saints are one of those teams where, yeah, they're hanging around their shitty division, but if they were in any other division, no one would be talking about them making the playoffs. So I'm going to take the Rams, who actually I think I think they'll go to the playoffs. Go, Bo.
So I want to say that this game is going to be a lot more entertaining than people are expecting. These teams have bad blood since that fucking pass interference call in the NFC Championship a few years ago. It's on the road. Stafford is cooking. I think the Rams win this in a close one. I think Derek Carr is going to show out a little bit. Chris Olave will probably get a touch. Kamara will probably get a touch. Cooper Kupp's probably going to ball out again. He had a great fucking game last week. Yeah, I like the Rams. Are we doing scores? You guys didn't give scores.
Oh yeah, we are.
27-17 Rams.
24-21.
Yes.
Yes.
What was your score?
Oh, I'm taking the Rams. I think they're 24-13.
Well, guys, I had the Rams circled, but now that Jails is ahead of me, and I saw the way the Saints D line can get after it, even though my line's paper thin. So now maybe I'm talking myself back out of it. Both teams are 7-7, guys. Every game this week, somebody has some form of incentive to actually win. So I think Gobo's right. All these games are going to have playoff atmosphere. 7-7 teams. Fuck it, I can't pick more against Stafford. I'll join you guys. The Rams 20-13.
I love
What
it.
you do about nothing is what I just said.
Rams, Saints. I'll just take the Rams then. All right.
Let me go first next time.
All right, here we go. G-Men Jack starting out Saturday. We go to Pittsburgh. Cincinnati coming to town.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's another implication game. Yeah.
Pittsburgh 7-7. Tomlin has to win to keep it at 500 or above. I'm picking Pittsburgh. Picked them last week and lost, and I picked against Cincinnati and lost. I'm going to try it again. At home, must win. We'll see what this team has. Everyone acts like there's a lot of turmoil going on, and Tomlin's good at using that and bringing that all together. I get the guys focused and say, bro, everything's still in our reach. We beat Cincinnati. Now we're both 8-7. And they got to be primed for a playoff run. So Pittsburgh at home, we have a low scoring affair. 13-6.
Is Trubisky the quarterback this week again?
Ooh, no idea.
Doesn't matter. Dames.
You
Run.
bastard.
Run.
Cincinnati WKRP 34-17.
Gobo.
The Browning show. I don't know why you can't believe in this kid.
The trap.
Chase might be out, bro.
This is a trap game. I'm saying it right now. This is a trap game because Cincinnati should roll him here. But Tomlin just lost 2 in a row. He's fighting for his professional career. Jamar Chase is dealing with injury. Browning, I don't see him as that super consistent, getting it done twice in a row guy. I don't think who suits up. I'm with Jazz. I think the Steelers win a close one. I'm going to say 14-7, lots of turnovers.
Thank you for allowing me to gain a game on you, gentlemen. I appreciate that.
Well, I haven't picked yet, Dames, but I am taking Pittsburgh, so you are going to lose another game on us. I'm going to take Pittsburgh in a close one as well. I'm with you guys. I just think Tomlin at home, and if he doesn't this one, then we can say maybe he did lose the locker room this year because I feel like they don't play well. But I feel like that defense coming out, Trubisky, this will be his 3rd game. I feel like let's go. Okay.
Browning's never seen a TJ Watt.
I understand that, but Trubisky is on the other side. So shut the fuck up.
Hand off.
Shut the fuck up.
Hand off.
Going to the second Saturday game maybe isn't quite as everybody
can't wait for this playoff atmosphere.
I said either has playoff implications. Buffalo 8-6. Buffalo loses this game, they're in trouble. So Buffalo has to win this game, and they will. 38-12 in a fucking ass whooping, and like we think Buffalo's rolling hot here into playoff football.
I see Easton Stick is capable of 6 points, so I'm gonna go 34-6 and cut you in half.
Stick.
I don't even know if Stick's gonna score. I'm gonna take Buffalo 31-0. I just feel like their defense is playing at a high level. This quarterback looked like shit last week. Ain't gonna do any better against Buffalo. And like I said, their offense is rolling. If they can run the ball last week, they'll roll. So
Gobo, here's your chance to gain a game on us.
I was gonna say, here's another trap game. No, you fucking kidding me, dude? The Chargers, like when they send the hot dog guy to coach this week, yeah, no, dude, Buffalo is going to rampage this team. 45-0.
What score did I pick? What score did I pick? I forgot to write it down.
You said 34-12.
34?
You said Sticky gets 12 points.
Yeah.
Four field goals.
What did you say?
I remember that 34.
I said 34.
45-0.
Oh, 45. Okay.
Half. Yeah, half. You're half the man.
All right. Going to Hotlanta. Heineke's coming in, so actually their offense might do a little better. Indy coming to town to play the Falcons. I'm going to take Indy again. For some reason, I hate the Falcons this year. I don't know why. There's just something about them that I just don't feel like they're consistent at all in any side of the ball. And I think the Colts are playing well. They got the Buckner effect. So I'm going to take Indy on the road. 24-17. Names.
Man, I read today that Richardson's trying to beat the comeback curve on his injury. I don't know if that means this season, but if you're sitting here at 8-6, what if I'm just hang him up, dude. Just be like, we'll look at you again next year, kid. We're gonna ride it with Gardner Minshew. Because why wouldn't you? Like, Gardner Minshew's a starting quarterback in the NFL, you guys. He does have DeForest Buckner.
What about a package? What about a playoff package, short yardage, red zone, goal line, something?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you don't have to
Style.
hang him up for the whole season, I mean, he could come in and take some direct snaps, and I guess he's a quarterback, so that makes sense. But I would like to see that.
Comes in the playoffs. Yeah, that'd be fucked up. That'd be interesting.
Who you taking?
I got Indy. I got Indy.
Yeah, score.
24-22.
22. G-Man.
Guys, I'm finally giving up on Atlanta. 6-8. I thought they were going to be an above 500 team. They would have to win out. So I'm just going to fucking say no. Colts with Minshew. Couple tutties, couple turnovers, couple field goals. 20. Atlanta can't do a whole lot of anything on offense. 13. Indy, one game closer
Beat me up.
to Richardson playing AR-15.
Suck me right in. Gobo.
3 words, gentlemen.
Dave and go.
D. Forrest Buckner.
I was gonna say DeForest fucking Buckner.
So I don't know. We were getting into a lull. I had to get a laugh out of you guys. Yeah, the Colts are going to win this game. Atlanta's done. I think that this last that shot from the Panthers, I think is that's their death note this season. I think Tampa wins that division, and they start making a gap here this week. Indy, I got them. I think that a couple of tutties, a couple of field goals. I got them 23. Falcons 6. Maybe one not Ramondre, one Bijan touchdown, and a missed 2-point conversion.
Nice. I like to play calling. So now I know Gobo, when the Giants beat the Packers, you said that you were never picking the Packers again. Here we come to the Packers 2 weeks later, and they're playing the 2-win Carolina Panthers. Are you putting your money where your mouth?
No, don't cheat your way out of this with a fucking toss.
No.
He's trying to cheat us.
I was looking for my Panthro action figure. But yeah, I'm picking the Panthers.
It doesn't ever work. You can't make a living that way. Oh wait.
Yeah, you can.
Can't we not make a living that way? Yeah, you know what? I am a man of my word, and I am silly sometimes, but yes, I am picking the Panthers in this game because one, I actually think this is a winnable game for the Panthers. They're coming off they're coming off of a really dirty, grimy win against a team that beat Green Bay, and they are, they got nothing to lose. The Packers have a bunch of coaches that are afraid to get fired. They got a bunch of rookies playing for contracts. I feel like the team could lapse here. Jordan Love could throw fucking more interceptions. The Panthers are clearly capable of intercepting it. So I'll take the same score from last week, 9-7.
Wow.
9-7 Carolina.
Carolina.
This would be a signature win for Bryce Young. Even though the Packers are not very good, it would still be a signature win.
It was a signature win for Danny DeVito
in a rookie season.
Taking James. Who you taking?
Dude. I'm not picking the Panthers 2 weeks in a row. That's absurd. I'm gonna pick Green Bay, and I'm gonna say they're gonna get 28 points to the Panthers, 9.
I am gonna also go with Green Bay on this one. I do think they, Carolina did get a scrappy win. I do like some of those things you're saying, but on the other hand, I also think Carolina is trash. I don't like Bryce Young. I feel like Jordan Love is, he usually kind of seems like he plays one bad game, one good, decent game, so he'll bounce back. I think the Packers end up rolling in this one. I'm going to say 24-7. G-Men.
Guys, this is almost coin toss territory, which means it's gonna be a close game. But I am picking Carolina to score 9 points again. And Green Bay will have 1 touchdown to Mr. Dobbs if he's playing.
Gobo.
And
Dobbs is
10 to 9.
Listen
10
to
to 9.
how much he devalues you after losing to New York.
I know.
I picked him to
saying,
win. Pick the win,
I was
bro.
like, yeah, that's an embarrassing loss. Anybody can admit that.
He's just like, you aren't even worth picking.
I know. I fucking love this show. Like, I lose to Jass's team and then talk shit to him.
But I will say this.
And you're 6-8, and I'm 5-9. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, like who gives a fuck?
Lose this game, your argument to keep LaFleur flies away because that would be
Yes,
very bad.
which is why
Very bad.
I'm playing make believe for our TV audience. The Packers are obviously going to fucking win this game. So yeah.
Oh,
Here
now,
we go.
Oh, slow
here
your roll.
on the table.
Slow-
Now I kind of want to switch.
fucking switch. I don't care.
I'm
Like,
not
yeah,
going to. Not going to. I want you to be the laughing stock next week.
that's fine.
Cleveland, Houston. Dick Touch Guy isn't playing again, so I'll start this one off. Taking Cleveland. I think they keep things going with Joe Cool at quarterback and that defense. I feel like he's going to be he's the game manager. Get him into the playoffs. Who knows what could happen with old Flacco and a good D and running game? Could we see the old Joe Flacco of old? I think Cleveland wins
2 times.
What did you say? We've already seen the Joe Flacco.
Already seen it 2 times.
Yeah. So I'm going to say they beat Houston even if Stroud is back. I think that defense gets after him. And I'm going to say 21-20, a close one. Dames.
I don't know, dude. This is
Flip it,
going to be an awesome game to watch. No,
This is
was
a
0 for
hard
2 in
one.
coin
This
toss.
is harder than it should be.
I was 0-2 in coin tosses last week, so I'm going to forgo that method this week.
The odds are in your favor, bro.
I still don't know if Stroud's going to be back. And, you know, I don't know if you guys are following V on Twitter, but he's like building up Case Keenum like he's Jesus fucking Christ.
ET is?
I'm going to pick the Browns. I don't want to.
Let's go.
I don't want to, but I'm going to.
I do. I want to pick the Browns because fuck.
16 to 17.
G-Man.
Houston's defense will make Joe look old, slow.
So will his play and his
I was
faith.
gonna say,
And then,
watch him walk
and
into
then,
the car, and you'll know that.
Zach Wilson
and then his.
100 yards against that team.
I'm pretty sure you guys both picked Cleveland. Should shut the fuck up. Houston, on the other hand, is going to manage this game very easily in a 10-9 field goal fest for turds. 1 touchdown. My boy Nico. If he plays.
So you're taking Houston then?
Yes.
All right.
Without Stroud and Will Anderson.
Yeah. Clear. Yeah.
Okay.
Gobo.
Right.
You up, bro?
Found my Panthro. Yeah, I'm taking Cleveland as well. Joey Flax has been there, man. Fucking without Stroud, I don't think Houston's really all that. So I'm taking the Brownies. It's gonna be a close
Houston
one.
just won last week without Stroud, guys. Don't forget that. Don't forget they just won without him.
Who'd they beat?
I was like, is Will Levis really
Tennessee.
that
They
good?
beat Tennessee.
Yeah, and in the Oiler uniform. So it was.
This is Joe Flacco. This is Joe Flacco.
I'm
Come
taking
on.
Joe Flacco 27-24. Stroud plays and Flacco fucking beats him.
Flacco won't
This
even
is young.
fucking.
Old
Flacco
man,
ain't even gonna
look
finish
at
this
the
game.
line.
I'm going to clarify my pick here. I'm only picking Cleveland because I don't think Stroud's going to play. That's the only reason I'm picking.
That would be a fair reason to pick Cleveland.
When you say Houston's defense is going to make him look old and slow, that's nothing that his face and his legs aren't going to do for him already.
Yeah, but on top of it, they're a good defense and fast, so it makes it even worse.
All right.
And whoever the
I was
hell
gonna
he's been
say,
beating.
let's not pretend like the Browns don't have Myles Garrett too.
That's true.
Right. All right, Gobo, we'll let you start the next one off in your division. Detroit, Minnesota. Minnesota needs to win out to have any chance. Oh, I mean, they played Detroit, I think, twice in the last three. What do you got?
This is a tough one.
You're a tough one.
I think they're in Minnesota, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Indy.
I think they're gonna split the series, and I think both the home teams are gonna win. So I'm taking Minnesota. In they shouldn't win. I think that the Lions came off. They had a blazing performance against the Broncos. I think that they revert this week. I think Detroit loses this game and then probably wins out, and then wins the division. So I'm gonna say Minnesota 30, Detroit 27.
G-Man.
This would be classic time for Detroit to fuck up and, not just clinch the division pretty much with a win, I believe, or getting real close. But I think this is the year they do take care of business. Go on the road, 10-4, Detroit. Hopefully they start getting rolling here, kind of a la whoever. 29-12.
I gotta go now.
Okay, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I love what Jeff said here. He goes, I think this is the year. After he's got 30 years of history going the opposite direction.
Right.
This is the year that they finally put it away. And I agree with him. I agree with the dumb bastard. I agree with you, buddy. Lions big. By 10 at least. I'm not going to give a score, but they're going to win by 10.
I'm going to take Detroit too. I think Minnesota, those teams where Dobbs came in, gave him a little lightning in a bottle, and then that soon went off to sea. And now it's just Detroit, like you guys said at the beginning of the year, they're one of the top teams in the NFC, and I feel like they've been playing pretty well. Now's the time to start getting it back together, and what a better way with a division win. So I'm going to take Detroit. I'm going to say 28-16. All right, moving on to the dumbest name in sport. What?
I need to say something. Did we ever discuss exactly why they did? Dobbs just kind of got the leash pulled so fast. I don't remember. Was it just that bad a play?
That's a good question because I feel
why? Why was it so
nothing
fast?
happened and he was just gone.
Right? Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
I think because the reason he was on 5 or 6 teams this year or in his career, that's why.
It's 4 teams this year.
Yeah, it's 4 teams this year. That's the reason. There's a reason. He doesn't just go to 4 teams because this guy's a stud. He had one good game in Minnesota where he comes in. Yeah, you didn't know what the fuck he was doing. They squeaked that one out. Now everybody still knows who he is because he's the same guy he's been on all those shitty teams. He sucks. That's why.
So is he like fucking other quarterbacks' wives or something? Anybody got the scoop? Anybody got the scoop out there?
Sucks.
I was like, yeah. Internet world, yeah. Fucking throw it in the comments section. Why is Josh Dobbs cursed in the game of football?
Yeah. What's going on? What's going on with that? Isn't he like a space engineer or doctor or like astronaut?
Something like that, yeah.
He's like super, super smart.
I'm looking it up.
Anyway, Washington, dumbest team in name in sports, comes to the Jets.
Doctors are just practicing, right?
Yep, they're just practicing. So I am going to take, obviously, this week, since my Gobo way failed 1 for 1. I picked against the Jets twice. We won 1, lost 1. Going back to my team, I feel like this is a winnable game, especially with our defense. Running game has to get going. Defense has to make a turnover or 2. But I just think Washington's not that good either. Maybe this is a coin flip game for anyone else. Since I'm a Jets guy, I got to take them at least one more time this year. I'm going to say it's going to be a low scoring affair, and I'm going to say 15-12 in a field goal battle in Jersey. Jets. Win. Dames.
Jets, if they fucking lose this game, I will never pick them again ever. Fuck the Jets. They get this one about 11-5.
I mean, if we get our
11-5.
if we get our fourth safety or
That's fucking-
fourth safety here at the NFL
They
record,
get another
story,
safety. You're
they
right. They
need
have got
one
a
more
lot
to
of
set
safety.
the record, man. I want them to get that. I mean,
Fuck.
Gobo.
Oh yeah, Manders. I'm sorry, bro. Like the Jets are fucking awful. Like they're so bad. They looked so bad against the Miami. Like I don't know if they can play that bad again, but I don't know. This is gonna not be a fun game to watch.
No,
I feel
no.
bad for you, bro.
It's not.
Yeah, 8-7. Because fucking they get a last minute touchdown and they're like, fuck it. No one's going to the playoffs. We're going for 2, and they get it. 8-7. Man.
G-Men, you taking the split?
I got 2 records being broken this game. One, Jets breaking the most safeties in a season, right? If they get one more.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm getting a safety now, 2 games to change my score because of you. Thank you. And the most punts ever in one game. And the most 3-and-outs. Actually, 3 fucking records. 3 records. 5-0. Jets win. They block a fucking punt to the back of the end zone, get the 2 points. Then they return the kick all the way to the fucking 1, and then they penalize themselves back and have to kick a field goal. 5-0.
You heard.
I thought you were gonna go 2-0, man. The fucking
You heard it here
score.
first. You heard it here first. Wow, look at us. The Jets, all of us are picking the Jets to get a fucking safety. I mean, I don't know if I'm like, wow, our defense is that good, or no, our team completely sucks, except our punter is going to be a Pro Bowler because he pins like literally 8.
I didn't say the Jets are getting a safety. The Jets are going to get 1 touchdown and 1 extra point on either a defensive or a special team stuff.
Okay, Sauce.
Yeah, Sauce will get a pick 6.
Okay, cool. He hasn't gotten one in his career yet, so it's about time.
Yeah.
James.
This will be the fucking...
This will be the... Yeah. You gonna go to Nashville for this game? You gonna want to drive down to the game? Nashville's beautiful right now. Should go down there, check the Seahawks out.
Yeah.
No?
We go to a honky tonk.
Yeah.
We
should all meet there for like a bachelor party.
I don't have my kids. Let's go.
You guys, it's on Christmas Eve. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm spending time with my family.
Oh, come on. Your family, you spend time with family every day.
No.
This is Christmas Eve football, dude.
No. All right.
Well, who you taking though?
Seattle, obviously.
Okay.
Geno Smith is going to be starting this game.
Okay.
Pete Carroll.
For sure though, or are you sure not staying? Okay. Now staying with the hot hand lock.
90% sure.
And I don't really have. We got to contain the run, which Houston was able to do masterfully. I think he had 9 yards on 17 carries. Something like that. Something crazy like that. So if we do that, and Will Levis is hobbling around, I think we have a really good chance to win, and I think we're a better team anyway. So I'm going to say 28-17.
Gobo.
I fucking every time I agree with Dames on this show, I feel a little dirty, but yeah, yeah, he's right. DK is a fucking monster, and Seattle is a much better team. So I'm taking the Seahawks on the road. Fucking 27-13. Levis throws a couple of picks. Derrick Henry, seriously, his retirement in a press conference. Yeah, Hawks. We should go to Nashville. It sounds like fun.
Yeah, we should. Anybody out there, NFL, you guys want to go to Nashville on Christmas Eve? G-Men. I mean, Dames ain't going, but we are.
Maybe not on Christmas Eve.
That would be come on with jersey.
I have a Titans jersey.
Seattle.
Yet another huge game. Seattle wins to go to 8-7 or lose to go to 7-9. So this is a huge game for Seattle. Hopefully they don't stuff their dick. I got them winning 24-17. Tennessee's season is over, and their coach might be out of here. That'd be 10 losses. So, do they keep him another year with these young quarterbacks, or how committed are they? So,
Yeah, I think
adios.
It seems statistically likely that he'll be fired.
based on waiting till week 8 to test your rookie quarterback, you fucking asshole.
While Ryan Tannehill was consistently shitting the bed.
Dog shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm taking Seattle too. I just feel like Tennessee's not that good. I don't like your defense that much, but I don't think their offense can do jack shit. I mean, stop Henry and game over.
It depends
That's
on
it. You put 8 in the box and bracket cover like they can't score.
which defense are you talking about? The one that's really bad or the one that's really good? I don't know.
Yeah. If Jamal isn't playing, you'll probably do well. Let's go down to Tampa Bay. Jacksonville comes to town.
Ooh.
Dude,
Yes.
before we move on, it's funny that you bring up Jamal Adams because the last time we played these guys was the beginning of last season, or Russell Wilson's last season. And Jamal Adams is the reason we lost that game. He is the single-handed reason we lost that game. He could not tackle Derrick Henry, and we ran him over for a touchdown.
I'm just picturing this in my mind.
I was driving back from Kansas City, dude.
Yeah.
And I was watching it on my fucking phone. And no lie.
If it was any length of time ago, and it was Derrick Henry versus anyone one-on-one, I'm sorry to tell you this, but nobody's stopping that fucker.
There was a time where King Henry was King Henry.
Yeah.
Right.
Where getting trucked by him was not that embarrassing.
Right.
All right, so Jacksonville, Tampa Bay. I'm going to start this one off. Man, this is a tough one, and I really want to take my boys.
You're going to take Tampa Bay. You're going to take Tampa Bay.
Yeah, don't act like you're not, dude.
We all know it.
Yep, we are.
Get them above 500.
They're going to keep rolling. Jacksonville's struggling. Jacksonville's struggling right now. So I'm going to take Tampa Bay. They're coming off a win, coming home. They need to, they're in first place in the division. They need to keep it rolling to stay in first. So I'm going to say they win a close one, 21-20 at home. Baker keeps it rolling, coming off probably one of his best games as a pro. I mean, perfect rating in Lambeau. Gobo.
This is going to be a great game. I'm really excited for this game. I hate the state of Florida, but damn, they got a couple of pretty good football teams. Yeah, fuck it. I'm taking Big Dick. On the road, it's going to be a shootout. I'm going to go 24-21. Yeah, Calvin Ridley, I think, is going to ball out. Mike Evans is going to ball out. There's going to be a bunch of really cool, explosive plays. This is going to be a human highlight reel in this game. So check it out for sure.
G-Man.
Must win for both. Jacksonville wins. 12-10.
Low scoring affair. James Harms.
Fuck.
Are we flipping a pog?
No. I was 0-2 last week on that shit, so I'm not doing it I'm going to take a week off from that shit.
I'm taking a week off of flips.
Because both of them, if I'm being in my heart of hearts, I would have picked the other way. Just because of how I feel about the team. But that doesn't necessarily reflect who's going to win.
Yeah.
So if I would have done that, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, if Big Dick doesn't get it done, I'm done with him for this year. So I'm going to go Jacksonville also in hopes that we all gain a game on you.
Or if my man crush team comes through another game on all three of you, which is I like to hear better. All right, Arizona, Chicago. James, we're going to let you start this one off with your favorite player in the league, Justin Fields, this year. Am I wrong? Is he your Travis Kelce this year?
No. By all stretches of the imagination, is he not in the top 20 players in the NFL? He's not in the top 30 players in the NFL.
Exactly. He's not even top 30 quarterback, man.
You
Top 100.
asshole, shut up and wait your fucking turn. You know what? I fucking dare you to pick the Cardinals in this game, you bitch. The Bears are gonna win at home, and they're gonna win 28-17. Fucking sack up and pick Cardinals, Jails.
You wait, Jess. I'm going last.
He's gonna go last.
He's gonna bitch out. He ain't going. He ain't going. I ain't going. Fuck. You know, I'm a Fields guy, especially against worse teams. Bears are actually playing halfway decent, and they'll handle this one. Cardinals can't really do anything. 13-30. My Bears.
Go, Bo.
You know, logic says pick the Bears. You know, they're at home. It's winter time. It's a fucking bad team from Arizona, but it's the Bears. They will find a way to lose. So I'm flipping a pog. I don't know what.
All right,
I don't
I was
know.
gonna say your pure hatred of the Bears is clouding your vision. Arizona's a hot weather team and coming into they're gonna fucking die there, dude. But go ahead, flip your pog.
Well, I'm
I
gonna
think
flip
it's
the
supposed
pog.
to be. I think it's supposed to be 50, guys. I think it's supposed to be warm this weekend.
I know global warming is
It's not warm in Arizona, bro.
Okay.
Always.
All right. So, scissor kick is the Bears, and the fucking white back is the Cardinals.
Scissor kick is right, motherfucker.
Fuck.
Yes, scissor kick.
I have to pick the goddamn Bears. All right.
You guys,
You need to get a.
13-10. Justin Fields throws 4 interceptions and still wins.
Okay.
We need to get a little.
Because the Cardinals are that fucking bad.
Hold on. Hey, we need to get like a little tray with like a camera above it that you can like have a little foot switch to switch over to when you flip that coin so everyone can see it.
So everyone can see it.
Oh, I
yeah.
promise you, he's telling the truth because if it
No,
would
I would have lied.
He would have
I'm
lied.
not saying he's.
He
No,
would've
I know.
lied.
I'm not saying.
You're just
I know
saying for
he's-
viewers.
I agree with you.
I'm
That
saying
would
for
be-
viewers.
That would be dope technology.
Well, you guys know who I'm taking. On the road. You guys forget the Cardinals have beat a few decent teams without Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray came back and won. They beat Dallas. Arizona.
They've won 3 games. We'll say they've beat a few decent teams.
Who have the Bears beat? Either way, Kyler Murray on the road. I'm getting 2 games in a row on all of you because no one wants to take him. And I'm with Gobo. Yeah, everyone says the Bears should win. Dude, you guys we've been picking games for 2 years now. Every week, we're always like, what the fuck happened in that game? So, there you have it. Kyler Murray.
I want to make one point before we move on from this. Cardinals started in Chicago. It was 100 years ago, but that's where the Cardinals started, in Decatur.
Full circle. All right. G-Men, Jas, we're going to let you start this one off. Dallas going to Miami. What a big game. I think this is a game that a lot of people are going to be tuning into.
This is a monster game for NFC East, who will take that division for possible, 1 seed for Miami if they can win out and get a loss or 2 out of Baltimore. And this game really for me is whoever's at home. Dallas is at home, I would pick them. But the way they play on the road, picking Miami at home. And I do think this one's going to be pretty high scoring. To 49. Dolphins.
You froze. What was their score? What was your score?
40-49.
40-49. All right, Gobo.
Every part of my logical brain is telling me to pick Miami, but that's why I'm going to pick Dallas because nobody actually fucking knows. I think it's from an X's and O's perspective. You have an elite defense, an elite offense on 2 different teams. The elite defense should win the game. I know Dallas is not the best on the road, but it's Miami. It's going to be a fair weather game. Fucking South Beach is beautiful right now. Like, it's going to be like a balmy, like 65 degrees. Like, it's basically an indoor game. So,
Balmy.
So yeah, I'm taking Dallas on the road. I think they shut down Miami. I think they win a close one, 17-16.
Yep, Gobo. I'm going to go with you. I think Dallas is going to rebound off their weak performance last year on the road. I think they're going to go back, look at some film, and come back out. And that defense is, I think they're going to get after Tua. Now, here's a fun stat for Tua: if he gets sacked 2 times or less, they are undefeated in his career, I believe, as a quarterback. But if he gets sacked 3 times, he doesn't win. So it's literally, can you get to him? Now, I thought, oh wow, the Jets can get to him. He gets rid of the ball like a lot of the times in like 0.85, like hut out of his hand. So
Got a quick release, yeah.
if Dallas
doesn't get 2 sacks, they're not going to win.
Yeah, yep, I agree. So I'm going to take Dallas. I'm going to take this in a high scoring game. I'm going to say 38-31 Dallas. Dames.
Dallas just got trolled, rocked, destroyed, unmotivated, decapitated, over anticipated, matriculated by the fucking Bills. All right. I think the Dolphins' offense is every bit as potent as the Bills' offense is. Question I have is their defense. However, I think that the uptick in defense recently for the Dolphins is enough to take them over Dallas, who will falter, dismantle, cave, collapse, break down, destruct, die. 38
Names thesaurus.
I was like, are we in a fucking deaf poetry jam right
Yeah,
now?
like
Just pick a fucking team.
if you're at home, you don't need to give us all those words. Just tell us who you want to win. New England, Denver, 2 teams that are Denver, I guess, is technically still in it. New England, who knows? Dames, we'll start
No,
with
I'm not going to allow you to do that.
what?
Go, 2 teams that are as if they're the same. I'm not going to let you do that.
They're pretty much the same.
The Jets, Washington, 2 teams that are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yes.
I think that those teams are more meh than this matchup.
Anyway,
because this matchup, I think there is one team that's not meh.
Denver still has a shot, guys.
I was like, Denver's won some pretty big games this year.
Denver has
7.
Some shit games.
Won
7-7, man.
25% more games.
Okay.
Than has.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm picking New England. I'm just saying.
Or 125% more games is what I meant to say.
17-6.
Denver.
Denver
all day long.
Josh, you're taking Denver 17-6? Is that what you just said? Gobo.
17-6 Denver.
24-7 Denver.
Yeah, I'm okay. First of all,
7 rolling.
I'm never picking
like
New England.
Bailey Zappi is gonna score on that defense. I'm fucking sure.
I mean,
2 field goals.
Defense that good?
They're good enough not to get zappied.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
At home.
In Denver too, yeah. Like that dude. Come on, please.
Right. All right. The 3 Monday games, because it's
on Christmas Day in the morning.
Vegas comes to KC. First game. Can Vegas come into Kansas City and win this game? G-Man, we're starting with you.
Do it. Week 14, the Raiders 0 points. Week 15, the Raiders 63 points. Week 16, the Raiders back to 0. Shut out. 33-0. And Mahomes and company roll at home, and it's going to be a roller coaster for Raiders fans.
Yep. I think the Raiders always have I feel like the last few years the Raiders always played the Chiefs tough with Mahomes. Every year I feel like, man, they're in it. I think this one is the exception. I think Kansas City rolls at home. They kind of have a little. It's weird that they're the champs. They've been so good, but they kind of have a chip on their shoulder. They're kind of like, this whole, my guy wasn't offsides, getting fined like $1 billion. I'm taking them at home. I just don't believe in the Raiders, especially on the road in that environment. Plus, it's a division game. I'm going to take KC 31, Vegas 13. James.
God damn it. I want the Raiders to win this game so bad, you guys.
I'm going to pick them.
Uh,
Pick them.
do we see Kelsey and Swift under the mistletoe?
Ooh.
Yeah, we do. And then that's why Kelsey has one catch again, but he doesn't need to.
And then she's like, fine.
Her new single.
All right, I'm gonna go Kansas City 1917.
Gobo.
Another unimpressive one.
Break out your Admiral Akbars, everybody, because it's a trap. Yeah, I'm taking the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders on the road. The Chiefs are faltering. The Raiders got some confidence coming in. It's a division game. Raiders have been playing division foes tough on the road this year. I mean, it's gonna be a fun game to watch. Monday, Christmas, crazy shit's gonna happen. Raiders 27, Chiefs 23. Failed Hail Mary at the end of the game by Mahomes.
Right. All right, G-Men. You played going into Philly. DeVito, is he going to bounce back? Or are the Eagles going to pull this one off?
Well, guys, since we know I never pick against my team, I'm picking the Giants to win 26-21. It's just going to be one of those weird games where Philly's going to muff a punt, muff a snap. Maybe Hurts gets the flu again, like on Friday. He got some kind of like pregame meal that he normally eats, and now his body's reacting weird to, and he doesn't find out until it happens 2 straight weeks. Yeah. Then he's not at full strength. So, DeVito rallies the troops. Hyatt gets his first touchdown. I've been calling for it for an eternity now, it feels like. And we win, and I get one win closer to winning my bet.
All right. What's your bet?
7 wins would get me $100 at the beginning of the year. I bet we would win more than 6, which seemed pretty likely, coming off a playoff road victory the season before and only getting better. Excuse me. So to beat the Rams and Philly 1 out of 2 times.
Okay.
Gobo.
Yeah. Philly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jazz. They're so much better, dude. Like, I think Philly's probably gonna have a bad game and they're still gonna win by like 20. So I'm gonna take Philly 41-21 in a fucking ugly game.
I'm also going to take Philly. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Giants. I just think Philly needs to bounce back. They're the division leader. They have a lot at stake. Yeah, the Giants could play spoiler, but and it's a division game. But I just think, Hurts comes back healthier than he was last week, gets his juices back, not getting the flu 2 weeks in a row. That would be fucking crazy. So I'm going to take
Food poisoning.
31-21 at home on Monday, Christmas Day. Dames.
Oh, yeah, this is Christmas, too. Son of a bitch. Come on, Giants. Give me a little Christmas miracle.
Love the disrespect going on between Gobo and Jasper. It is it's inspirational, confrontational.
Okay.
It's
I
interracial.
mean, I picked Green Bay, just slow down, slow your roll
Yeah,
here.
Jazz is a dear friend of mine. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Play Carolina,
As
Carolina.
deer in headlights. Here's the thing. Jasper, I love you. I think the Eagles are posers.
It's not my name, everyone.
It's a nickname.
Jessica.
Jessica. I mean, we could go whatever we could any number of ways.
Jeff,
Here's what I
blah blah blah. Let's get on with it here. Get on with it.
never pick against the Giants. And quite frankly, I chuckle because your analysis is just ways that could lead to a Giants victory. There's nothing based on like actual in-game. You're
Guys,
just
they
like,
beat us like
It's
beat us
all
like
just
100
fucking
touchdowns.
fantasy. Yeah, I love
he's
it.
gonna make 3 field goals. It's just ways to justify how the Giants are gonna win. And I love it every week. I love it. But I think that you guys are gonna split this year, but I don't think that you're gonna win in Philly. I think it'll be in New York. And so I'm gonna go Philly. I think it'll be closer than everybody else. 24-20.
All right, all right. This means we have one game left. The last Monday night game, which is, in my opinion, and probably most everybody's opinion, one of the best games of the week. Don't forget to stick around. Ricky's coming up next with his picks. Join us next week to recap all these games and talk about next week's games. Baltimore going to San Fran. I am going to start this one off. I'm taking San Francisco. They're at home. They're playing well. This could be a Super Bowl preview. A lot of people, have these two teams matching up in the Super Bowl. Dames and I both picked McCaffrey. Gobo and G-Man both picked Lamar for MVP. So a lot riding at stake in this one. So I'm going to say San Fran. And I feel like San Fran's defense is really going to contain Baltimore's passing game. So I'm going to say San Fran's going to win 24-17 by a touch. Dames.
I think that the Ravens are going to get deep dicked. I'm going to go 42-14. And it's going to be a completely unentertaining game.
Really?
It'd be fortunate, yeah.
Unentertaining?
Frustrating, unimaginable.
This is
Based off Jesus.
This is
Point flip?
Damn it. There's a home team, and that's what I'm picking. San Francisco. This is, if it was in Baltimore, same thing as I said earlier on a different game. I think it's going to be a good game, and I do think Baltimore has a chance to control some of that or contain some of that speed and all those weapons San Francisco has with two linebackers, Queen and Roquan. So might keep it closer than you guys think, but I still think San Francisco gets it at home. 28-31 in an entertaining, good football game.
Gobo. Send us out. Send us on our way.
Saving the headliner for last. I appreciate it.
Yep,
I do think that this will be the Super Bowl. I think it will be Ravens 49ers, and I think it will be a rematch of this game. And I think in the Super Bowl, 49ers are going to blow them out. I think it's going to be a really boring game, and it's going to be a cap to a sort of disappointing football season. That being said, this game is going to be closer, but I think San Francisco wins them both. I'm taking San Francisco 21-19. It's going to be grueling. It's going to be some big hits. I think this is going to be a lot of fun to watch, and it's going to lead to a lot of tension, and I think it's going to supercharge San Francisco, and they're going to just keep rolling momentum through the playoffs and win that Super Bowl.
Awesome. That concludes Week 16. Join us next week. Things are getting interesting. Playoff pictures are coming into form. We can start talking about all of that as the weeks wind down and as we get into the playoffs. So thanks for watching. Keep sharing. Keep joining us in the chat, picking those games. We appreciate all of it. Again, Midwest Jet, James Marvs, Gobo, G-Men Jazz. Thanks for tuning in to NFHell.
Jets.
Jet.
What's good, everybody? What's really good? Ricky Montalvo back here again. The Week 16 slate as we bounce back with an excellent 3-1 week. Covering outrights, we had it all, baby. A much-needed relief for this experiment as we get back to 24-24 on the season, 50%. Just paying the juice right now. Got another 3 weeks here to rally. Hopefully we get back to that coveted 52.5% and get the ROI. We shall see. It's been a rough one for the dogs, and being a dog better, which I am. I bet ugly, I bet dogs, and the favorites continue to cash out. Last week, for me personally, one of the best weeks I've had all year, a smash week. And a lot of favorites won, but believe it or not, there were a handful of dogs, and I was fortunate enough to be on them. So the public continues to succeed. For me personally, I will not be changing what I do. It's just a down year. It is what it is. Not since 2005 have we seen such success by the public. So we stay on as we finish up these last 3 weeks here. Ride with me. I have not changed a thing. We're going to do the damn thing. Hang in here with me. Last week, let's review. Vikings plus 3.5. This number moved to 3. Hopefully you got 3.5 with the Vikings. They lose. Sorry about it, NFC North. But they get the cover. 3.5 was the play. You'll love to see it. We had Bears plus 3.5, another number that moved. It went to 3, closed at 2.5. I hope you were at least on the 3. But the Bears kerfuffling another fourth quarter lead. That's a teaser, my friends, for this week. We cover Giants plus 6. This was my most concerning bet of the week. DeVito back to a pumpkin off the high emotional win versus the Packers. Saints, the trend still did not back me as I faded them twice now these past 2 weeks. And unfortunately, they've beaten me. It is what it is. Not going to snicker at it too much. We still also had the Bills minus 2.5. Never in question, never sweat. Just got to enjoy that game. Told you guys we were going to bet the big game. Don't care what number you got. If you bet the Bills with me, you had success. It's going 3-1. It feels so good to be back, baby. So we persist here. Let's keep going. I've got 3 more for you this week. Maybe we can get that 2-1 or even the coveted 3-0. Ugly dogs, though. Ugly dogs, my friends. We don't change. As we move on to the first pick of Ricky's picks, we have the Bengals traveling to the Steelers. I believe this is a Saturday game. Let me double check. Saturday, 3:30, 12/23, the date. Saturday ball game. My friends, Bengals have been on a roll lately. They just keep winning with Jake Browning here, while the Steelers continue to just let people down, including myself. Last week, I was on them versus the Colts. They actually got, I believe, a pick 6 in that game, and I still lost my fucking bet. They were up 14-0 early in the game, and they managed to choke that away with Mitch Trubisky. Oh, man. Terrible, terrible for me. I hammered them, but that's okay. The Steelers trending down, Bengals trending up. I love the Pittsburgh Steelers here at home. Mike Tomlin, fire them up. This is a great spot for that. The Steelers do this shit. They start shit in the bed, and Tomlin gets the boys up. This is one of those spots to get the boys up. Look for the Steelers to attack the middle of this field with Pat Freiermuth and attack them with their top 5 run unit. It's still there. That's where the Bengals can be had. I don't care who's at quarterback for the Steelers. They announced that Mason Rudolph We'll probably get the start, which is awesome because I'm not betting Trubisky again. Yet we still could get Kenny Pickett. DJ Reader is gone for the Bengals here. Chase, it looks like from what I've seen today, he is not going to play in this game. The number was sitting at 2.5. It moved to 2. I expect it to keep dropping as we kind of move on here. They're at home. They're a dog. It's an NFC North, an AFC North opponent. Steelers are off a loss. They're off a bad losing streak here, losing to some pretty shit teams. This is where you want to back Tomlin and back that defense, my friends. I know it's ugly. I know it doesn't feel good, but the Bengals cannot keep this pace up. Buy low on the Steelers. Let's sell high on the Bengals. If you had them at the 3, it pushed last week, the Bengals, that is, but I don't expect them to cover this number. I expect the Steelers to get it together here and get a win. If not, there's going to be a lot more questions about Tomlin and what this organization truly is anymore. So Steelers +2, first pick of Ricky's picks. You can find plenty of 2s out there. It's pretty much locked up. So moving on to our second pick here, hot and heavy, fast and furious. We have the Packers traveling to Carolina to take on them Panthers. Last week, I bet the Panthers. I told you in this pod here last week I was going to bet the Panthers. I wouldn't make an official pick on Ricky's picks because I didn't want to do it to you. Well, I'm going to do it to you here, unfortunately. The Panthers beating the Falcons. Desmond Ridder turning the ball over late. They covered the number. +3. Absolute glory moment for me as I hammered the motherfuckers. And I want to pause there for a second because I want to talk about that big positions for me. I told you guys last week, or this week, that I had one of the most profitable weekends of the year this past weekend. And one of the reasons why is because sometimes I like to pick my spots. So what does that mean? It means I actually put multiple units on certain positions. Now, I don't recommend that for the sake of this contest, nor do I recommend it for you as beginning gamblers or, unless you're really experienced, you can kind of feel out the metrics that go into handicapping, which include, injury reports, good spot, bad spot, the trends especially, and the emotion of the game. So I just felt that getting 3 on the road against a division opponent was just inappropriate, not right, and I was correct as the Panthers covered on the outright. So please, my friends, stick to your unit sizes, but later on in the future, there are a lot of people that are capable of laying their single unit positions, but then also finding the spots during the NFL year. So there are strategies there. So you can look into them, but for the sake of this contest and as we kind of go on here, please just stick to your single unit sizes. This line opened at 4 with the Panthers. It's gone all the way up to 5. The Packers, my beloved Green Bay Packers, shitting the bed against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who I was also on last week. Green Bay, the ugly loss at home, with the Panthers getting the ugly win. I see this number trending back down. I think I already saw 4.5 pop out there. You can bet this all the way down to 4.5, but give me the Panthers +5 here if you can get it. Love is just having some issues right now with making some pretty routine throws. He's playing really well, making some really awesome flash plays, which is what you want to see out of a young quarterback. I think he does have all the tools for the future, but they're kind of just hitting a wall. And I don't think it changes here. The Panthers at home, their defense especially, I just like them there. Your concern is betting Bryce Young, and it's happened to us multiple times. So, Ricky, why are we doing this? Is that Bryce will turn the ball over. And the Packers aren't really taking the ball away right now. They were able to get one against Baker. But if Bryce protects the ball here, I see the Packers winning, but the number just being too big. Packers by a field goal is what I see here. They're just not as bad as what you're perceiving. And I hate doing this to you guys, but I got to do it. And, and talking to my boy Manny Fresh last week, he said, don't touch those Panthers. And I hammered him. And here, I'm going to hit him again. Panthers +5. Ugly, but second pick of Ricky's picks. And moving on, we've got Cardinals at Bears. Let's tell a story, folks, shall we? This is the game that makes the decision for the Chicago Bears. And what do I mean by that? They're on the precipice here. You've got Caleb Williams waiting around the draft. You've got the draft capital. You got the high pick with the Panthers. Justin Fields, the question marks around him. But to me, this is going to help make the decision. Give me the Arizona Cardinals +4.5 traveling on the road to the Bears. I think this is probably going to be about it. The Bears, I've backed them the past couple weeks to profit. They beat the Lions. They covered last week against the Browns if you had the hook. But they blew that fourth quarter lead. Man, I just think it's time for a change in Chicago. And I don't think that they should keep their head coach. And I think Fields could really use a change of pace and a better head coach. I think he needs to go somewhere. I really hope he ends up in Atlanta because I think Arthur Smith would be great for him. RPO, all that. He's got the scheme, but I digress. The story I'm telling here is that I think the Cardinals actually probably win this game outright. I make this line 3. 4.5 is way too big. I don't know what they're doing hanging this number here. Fields, he continues to blow. They've had a lot of games this year where they've had the lead and they've blown it. Multiple games. Fields has all the talent in the world, but when he's supposed to pass, he runs, and when he runs, he's supposed to pass. Sometimes it hits and sometimes it doesn't when he's making his reads. But I'm getting Kyler Murray all these points against a Bears team that is resurging. Yes, there are signs of life, but a Cardinals team that didn't really get as blown out as you think they might have in the final box score versus the Niners. I had that game on the corner TV when I was watching it with my friends, and every time I looked up, I was like, I still don't know which side to be on over there. Is it Niners or Cardinals? Because they were putting up quite the fight. At some point, the Niners just overwhelmed them, but the Bears aren't going to do that to the Cardinals here. I just see Kyler Murray literally coming back in the fourth quarter, which he has been known to do, and just flat out winning this game. And I expect Chicago to burn to the ground, and I expect them to burn this to the ground. And they move on. They move on. This is the moment in the season. If they already haven't, I digress. Give me the Arizona Cardinals +4.5. Third pick of Ricky's picks here. No bonus bet this week, folks, but I want to talk to you about a couple more games really quick. I really, really wanted to get the Titans in here. Titans going back home. Please excuse me one moment. Going back home, catching the Seahawks off of that massive win. Line's at 2.5. I absolutely love the Titans here. The thing is that I like it at 2.5. I love it more at 3, and I think it's going to get to 3. But I can't give it to you here and say, because there's just 2.5s out there. There are no 3s. A book that I know hung a 3, super brief, and I was able to snatch it, but it moved right back down to 2.5. And for the sake of this contest, I cannot give you the pick because if it never gets to 3, then it's a no bet. I still think the Titans probably just win this game. They've got Tannehill as the backup, so Levis, who cares? But if they hang a 3 out there and you see it, go get it. Take it. Back the Titans. Not an official pick, but it would have been, my friends. I wish they would have hung a 3 out there today. But give me the Titans there. Cowboys, Dolphins. I'm going to talk about a couple of other big games here. I lean Cowboys after the Dolphins blew out their opponent and the Cowboys got blown out. They just need this game so bad. They need it so bad. And they just can't beat any good teams. Then you have the Dolphins on the other side that also do the same thing. They just can't beat the big dogs. So I lean Cowboys. Don't know what I'll do with it later on. And then Ravens, Niners, Monday Night Football, I believe, or is Is that Monday Night Football? Is that Christmas Day? Let me look really quick. I'm sorry. Yeah, 12:25 on the Monday there, Christmas Day. Line's at 5.5 right now. It's staying there right now. I expect a lot of teasers to come in on the Niners. You could see the number drop. I would personally lean Ravens. Again, not making official picks here, but if you need a little action, need a little taste, that's probably where I'm heading to, my friends. So, Merry Christmas. This has been a tremendous. It's always such a pleasure to talk to all of you, but we need to keep getting the units. I believe ugly dogs. We ain't changing a thing. We're not backing a bunch of favorites this week. We're not doing it. Give me these dogs, these ugly dogs. We won't cover. Ricky's picks looking to get on the up, trying to get to the 52.5%. Hang with me. Merry Christmas to all of you. Please gamble responsibly. Enjoy your families, your health, hopefully your wealth. Merry Christmas. This has been Ricky Montalvo with Ricky's Picks, and I will see all of you in the trenches.